Hey, Prime members, you can listen to Crime and Sports early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the app today.
In the depths of an Atlanta forest, a clash between activists and authorities ends in tragedy. I'm Matthew Scher, and on my new podcast, We Came to the Forest, we expose the hidden truths behind a shootout that left one activist dead and countless lives forever changed. Binge all episodes of We Came to the Forest ad-free on Wondery Plus.
Everybody, and welcome back to Crime and Sports.
Yay!
Yay, indeed, Jimmy. Yay, indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmie Whisman.
Thank you so much for joining us on another fun, wild, crazy edition of Crime and Sports. I hope you've been enjoying lately. We've had a lot of fun stuff last week with the wild murder mystery. That Jack Molinas had some kind of life on him, man. Holy shit.
What a guy.
Some of these old-timey guys, they live just a different... Whenever we do these old-timey episodes, we're like, how did this happen? This is crazy. What was going on?
Yeah, it felt all made up.
Yes.
I really expected
really
you at
did.
the end to say this whole story was made up. I'm sorry. I didn't have anything this week.
There's no man named Jack Molinas. Made it up on the fly. No.
Whole thing.
The whole thing was true, scarily enough. And this week we have another crazy but true story. We have a crazy Scottish guy to this week, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
And we'll get into all that quickly, though, before we do. Definitely head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Check out everything there. Get your tickets for Small Town Murder live shows. Do all of that. Come hang out with us and get your merch, too, while you're there. You certainly should be listening to our other shows, by the way. Small Town Murder, which has been out for, I don't know, years now, so you should probably know about that. But Your Stupid Opinions is also there. And holy shit, is it funny. So check that out. Yeah. Wow. You want to hear about a bad rot gut whiskey this week? You should listen because it's...
Or a disgusting YMCA.
or poop on the floor of several establishments. Check that out. Definitely do that. And patreon.com/crime and sports. You certainly want to get yourself over there.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody, $5 a month or above, you're going to get access to all that we put out Patreon-wise. You're going to get a couple hundred bonus episodes immediately that you can binge on, and you're also going to get new ones every other week. One Crime and Sports, one Small Town Murder, and you get access to how much of it, Jimmy?
Every last drop.
All of it, every minute. This week, what you're going to get for Crime and Sports, we're going to talk about a very tragic story of Donnie Moore, who was a pitcher for the Angels in the 80s. He gave up a home run that blew a playoff series.
Oh, no.
And then his life went in the fastest downhill spiral I've ever seen ever and ended tragically with all sorts of wild stuff going on. So
Terrific.
It's a really wild story.
Yeah.
The hardest anyone ever fell from grace ever going. Then for Small Town Murder, we're going to do something because we did it on the virtual live show. We dressed up.
Yeah.
I feel like we might as well get into it. The Menendez brothers, everybody. We're going to talk about the Menendez brothers, Lyle and Eric.
Great.
And all that went on there and the tomfoolery that happened during the trial and and
a huge thank you to everybody that watched that and made dressing up like them worth it.
Yes, it really was. It was a lot of fun to dress up in a dumb sweater and pretend to be sad in court. Yeah, so we'll talk all about that and everything. Yeah. And it's a wild one, man. They wanted those guys convicted bad. That was one of those where they were like, don't fuck this up. So we'll talk all about it. But that's patreon.com/crime and sports. And you get a shout out at the end of the show where Jimmy's going to mess your name up terribly, even though he wants it to be correct. That said, let's get right into it.
All right.
Let's do this. Let's dive in head first here. We're talking about a boxer this week.
Okay.
So, brain damage sports, always fun, as we know, obviously, here. Yeah. This week, we're going to talk about Scott Harrison. You've never heard of him, right?
No.
No, he's a Scottish boxer.
Okay.
And his nickname is actually the second time someone's had this nickname on our show.
Oh.
This is the real McCoy is his nickname.
Well, you can't do that.
Yeah, because we know the guy who actually that came from. So he's taking it, though. He's a little guy, for a boxer. He's 5'7". He's, not a huge guy here. He's a featherweight when he wins his bronze medal in the European Championships. He's born August 19th, 1977 in Bellshill, Lanarkshire, Greater Glasgow, Scotland.
That's a lot of words.
It's a lot of words. He's from Scotland. He's Scottish, let's just say here, and make it easy. So he's born in 77. His father is named Peter, and much like we did another boxer who had Scottish heritage, I believe, whose family went and boxed for generations. His father was a fighter. His dad was a fighter. His grandfather was a fighter. His grandfather's dad was a fighter. And so on and so on. Ever since people have been being paid to beat each other's brains in public, his family's been involved and been right at the forefront of the whole thing. His mother's name is Agnes. Agnes, which sounds like someone's mother's name.
Yeah. It's I've never met an Agnes I didn't like, though. I'll say that. They're always sweethearts.
But they're always 78
old as
years.
Shit.
Yeah. There's never an Agnes where you're like, ooh, I'm gonna fuck me Agnes, boy.
Boy, are you youthful.
Man, I am gonna stick it in Agnes the first chance I get. That Agnes is one hot piece of ass. Let me tell you something.
It's not a thing.
You don't hear that very often, but I'm sure it exists.
I'll bet.
We're going to get tweets from a hot girl named Agnes like, hey, listen, guys.
I can't wait to see it.
I love your show. My name's Agnes, and I'm not hideous, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm not 100. Not hideous, but 100, really. So he's got at least one brother that we know about. Not a lot goes on that we know about his youth here for some reason.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why it's not really covered anywhere, but we'll figure out. He does enough in his adult life where his youth really doesn't matter. If he's a boxer with a boxer dad and all that, we assume we can kind of.
It's a tough period of time.
Yeah, I'm assuming his dad possibly a drinker.
Yeah,
maybe smacked him around a little bit.
Probably some swelling in the Harrison household.
I'm going to say so. Some swelling around the eyes here a little bit. He ends up later on getting married to a woman named Stacy, and I know that he has 3 children with that wife. So we know he has at least 5 children that we know of.
Wow.
In the end here, at least 5. 3 with this woman and then 2 with a previous woman. And the first one that's born is obviously Scott Jr., by the way.
Is that right?
Absolutely Scott Jr. You bet your ass it is.
We are 7 minutes in, and he's doing a lot of things that are very reminiscent of other stories. He was certainly beaten as a child.
You notice, the weird thing is, you notice patterns on this show. This is a show of patterns.
So there weren't a lot of loving fishing trips in his childhood.
I don't see so. I don't think so. And if you didn't catch fish, your father beat the hell out of you, maybe, if that was...
It made you walk home.
Punch you out of the boat. Have that. Swim back to shore.
Swim home.
You non-fish catching little bitch. So, not much on that. By 1995, though, he's boxing. So he's not even 18 years old yet. He won the Scottish ABA Championship in Coatbridge, Scotland, defeating Alston Buchanan and claiming this title of whatever the fuck that is. Yeah, this is at the Monklands Time Castle in Coatbridge. That's the venue.
Yikes. Yeah.
He's the he also
sounds gothic.
It sounds old, right?
Yeah.
It's stone. Nuns used to live
Sharp
there.
Points.
Yeah. Definitely. They kicked some nuns out to have fights.
What is the ABA in Scotland? Is that the American Boxing
I'm
Association?
sure it is. Yeah, I believe that's the American Boxing, the Australian Boxing Association. So he won gold at the 1995 European Junior Championships in Hungary, defeating Thomas Papp. Attila Jonas. Attila's a good name for a boxer.
It sure is.
A fighter named Attila.
Except in the featherweight division.
It's either Attila or Genghis would be your better. I don't know what would be a.
Not bad.
Not a bad one, yeah. And Johann Zawoui. That's a lot of fucking vowels. Zaoui.
Oh, sounds very weak.
I almost got the E in there, and we could have just. And then he beat a Russian named Ivan Goruvanov 11-5 to claim the gold medal.
Yeah.
In the 1996 European Championships in Denmark, he won a bronze medal by beating Tony Nascovi, the old bass player for Nirvana, I believe that is.
Yeah.
In the first round. He beat Janos Nagy and Evgeny Shestakov. You're lucky. We don't have a huge Eastern European following for our show that donates to our Patreon. That you have to say these people's names at the end of the show because this is horrific.
True. There's a very easy name to pronounce this week, and I can't wait to say it because the email was hidden, which means it may be the person. I can't wait to say it and have you fucking baffled if it's really him.
Okay, well, we'll find out.
I'm so excited.
Tune in for the shout-outs.
Stick around
we'll
for
see
that.
Who this person maybe is or isn't. It'll be fucking something to think about for the end of the show here. So, he fought all these guys to reach the semifinal against Russian southpaw favorite and eventual gold medal winner Ramaz Poliani. Well, you're not going to beat Poliani, obviously. I mean,
Poliani family story.
Forget about it. They're going to, you're fighting a Poliani. You better pack a lunch. I mean, he lost to Poliani here. So there's that. I guess he's fighting, are these his, oh, okay, the fight. The Nagy guy, Janos Nagy, is Bone Crusher. Janos Bone Crusher Nagy.
Awesome.
Which I find fun. All these
Bet he can't spit a single rap.
No.
Not one bar.
Nothing. Bone Crusher, absolutely not. Well, what's his name? Evgeny Shestakov here. Let me show you what his birth name is, Jimmy. Suppose we had a patron by this name.
What is that? Those are shapes. Those aren't letters.
Those are backwards N's. I see a backwards N with like a tiny U on top of it, which I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Backwards cursive R. What is that?
I don't know. That W is all blocky too, which I find weird. I don't know what's happening there. And then there's letters that don't even correspond to a letter we have. I don't even know what the hell it is.
Well, those are shapes.
It's not even a backward something. Yeah, it's like a shape in Lucky Charms. I don't even know. One of the non-marshmallows in Lucky Charms. I'm not sure what it is. Ramaz Poliani, by the way, one of the better nicknames going here.
Oh,
Ramaz Razamataz Poliani.
Razamataz!
A boxer named Razamataz, which is just fucking hilarious to me.
Give him sounds like a flavor of ice cream. That's not a name.
Yeah, I'll have one scoop of the Razamataz Poliani. You know what? 2 scoops of the Razzmatazz. It looks good now that I'm looking at it. It's like a rainbow sherbet. It's good.
It's a custom Cold Stone dish is what it is.
You get the Razzmatazz. That's like Reese's Pieces, M&M's, sprinkles, gummy bears.
With raspberry ice cream.
Yeah,
it's really disgusting.
All sorts of shit in there. Razzmatazz, Poliani. So there's that. So then he starts his professional career in October of 96. Okay, October 7th, 1996, against Eddie Sika, I guess, S-I-C-A. Sisa, who the fuck knows? I don't know where these people are from. So this guy has a 4-3-1 career record, so not exactly a world beater here. So this is a win for Scott, a TKO win in the second round. So his first fight, the ref has to stop the fight, and that's that. So good for him. Okay. Next up, he fights on January 11th, 97, Peter the Professor Buckley.
Oh, yeah.
You take your ass to school.
Real boring sumbitch.
Yeah. I guess it's the sweet science. He's the professor. I don't know if that's any part of it. Or if he just wears glasses outside the ring, and that's what they call him.
The and one professor was pretty fucking interesting, so maybe so.
That may be. One thing, though, normally you think of a professor as having some sort of wisdom. This man didn't have the wisdom to stop being punched in the face, because let me tell you about his career. He needed some wisdom. Coming into this fight, where he's fighting a guy who's 1-0, he's 21, 63-6. So
what?
21 wins, 63 losses, and 6 fucking
The man's fought 90
draws.
fights and has lost 63 of them.
That is a lot. Then his career record will end up at, are you ready for this? 32 wins. So 11 more wins than he had when he had 63 losses. 256 losses.
Hang it up, man.
He basically went like 10-200 for the rest of his career.
Wow.
You win 1 out of every 20 fights. It's time to hang it the fuck up, dude.
He lost more times than most people pay a mortgage payment.
Oh, God, 252 or 256?
That's crazy.
256 months would be fucking, it's like 20 years. It's a mortgage, basically.
Yeah.
And 12. It says draws.
Holy shit.
Not good. This fight goes the distance because something tells me the professor just knows how to hang in there and lose on points. If he kept getting knocked out, he wouldn't survive this long.
Right.
He wouldn't even know. He wouldn't remember how to put his gloves on if you get knocked out 256 times. So this is a fourth round. They go all four. It's a short fight, and he wins on points, does Scott. So next up, David Morris, 2-1-2 coming in. Again, not really a great player, great boxer. This is at the Lewisham Theater in Lewisham. Okay. Goes the distance again, but Scott wins after 4 rounds. Next up, October 4th, 1997. He's 3-0 coming into this fight. Scott is feeling good about himself. He fights Miguel Matthews, who's 13-80-11.
What the shit?
There's a lot of brain damaged people walking around England right now.
Gotta be.
Just walking around go, were you a fighter? And yes. Is that why you don't know where you live? Yes. Why are you walking? I forgot how to drive. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Wow. Okay. So this fight only goes to the 4th round. It's a six round fight. And Miguel Matthews, 13-80-11, TKOs Scott.
Sits him down.
Or the ref tells him to sit down, one of the two. That's not good.
No.
They put you up against this guy to get you an easy win.
Yeah.
And then he beat you. That's not great.
Handily.
Yes. I guess he was cut on the left eyebrow, and that didn't help either.
Yeah.
So that'll do it. December 16th, 97, here, he fights Stefan Fernandez, and this is he's a 9-5 career fighter. This fight goes the distance, all 6 rounds, and it's a draw on points.
Oh, no.
So now he's 3-1-1, Scott is. This isn't really a great great start to his career here.
No, this is a terrible sample size of what his career is going to be, yes?
So he needs a win.
Terrible.
He needs it. Where do you go when you need a win? You go see the professor is what you do.
Yeah. Come on back.
You come on back to the professor and you can win one here.
Old Buckley.
January 31st, 1998, he fights the professor again and beats him obviously again. And again, though, it goes all 4 rounds and he beats him on points. So, but he got the win. He's feeling better.
Yeah.
Next up, Carl Allen. He fights here. He's an 8-12-2 career fighter. Coming into the fight, you know what his total career is? Okay.
What is it?
8-12-2 coming in. Think about that. Yeah. He ends up 19-114-7. He goes
Holy shit.
He goes 11-102 for the rest of his career.
That's not good.
That is fucking terrible.
That's winning 1 for every 10 fights.
That is so bad. It's so
Oh my God.
So bad. This is at the Ice Arena in Hull. Carl Allen and Scott go. And this goes all 6 rounds. It's a 6-round fight. And Scott ends up taking it by TKO.
All right.
So there he goes. He's back on the track here. Now this one, next fight, Rakhim Mingaliev, I'm going to say. Rakhim, yeah, it's like the rapper. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, fucking Eric B. is president.
Spitting 0 bars.
There we go, 0 bars. So his birth name, here, I'll show you this one too, Jimmie.
Oh,
if you
boy.
want to see
God damn it.
That's his birth name.
Oh, my God. Is there a menorah in his name?
What
is that?
The symbol for pi is in there several times. I see it. See it right there? Yeah. That's the symbol for pi. I don't know what that is. There's the backwards N is making another appearance.
Yeah. And the last letter, lowercase big b?
There's a lowercase b and a big B in the same word. Lowercase and capital B and a backwards N, a pi signal, a backwards Y. The C and the A and the O and the X look normal. And the uppercase B looks fine, but it's when next to a lowercase b, it doesn't look right.
Yeah. His name is so fucked up that his record of 20-9 looks like it might be part of his name.
It might, yeah. It could be.
The numbers and hyphen might be part of
anything. Oh, a hyphen, definitely. Numbers, yeah. If there's a 9 in there, maybe they use 9 as a letter. If they use the pi symbol, who fucking knows? Anything's possible. So, this guy, 20-9 coming into the fight, 27-67-2 for a career.
Oh, it went bad.
It went real bad, real fast. This is at the Bowlers Exhibition Center in Manchester.
Okay.
Bowlers. I don't know if that's for hats or the sport.
Part of the hat. Yeah,
or
probably
maybe it's a bowling alley. This
we don't know.
This is an 8-round fight. It goes the distance, and Scott wins on points. So 6-1-1 for Scott now. Next up, John Matthews. He fights John at the Elephant and Castle Center in Southwark.
Yeah.
So he's at a bowling alley and then an elephant center. Elephants and castles. I'd like to see that. Sure. Why not?
I fight mainly bowling alleys and zoos. That's it.
I'm going to fight an elephant if I win this one. So this fight only goes 4 rounds, and our guy here, Scott's going to win, and this is going to retire John Matthews. He doesn't come out for the 5th round.
They feed him to the hippos?
He stays in his corner, and then he is then trampled by a herd of elephants. That's how it goes here. That's how it works. So, he's done. So, July 10th, 1999, Smith O'Doom. Odoom. O'Doom. Which is a great name for a boxer. Yeah, first name Smith, last name O'Doom.
Wow.
Like, that's almost like of doom. You know what I mean? That's fucking cool.
That's a frightening Irish name.
That's not bad. 8-4 coming in. 8-4-1. His name's not helping his record because he finishes his career 13-15-1. This is, again, back at the Elephant Castle and Center.
Is that right?
A lot of pressure there. You will be trampled.
Make it to the lion exhibit next.
That's right. We'll see. Fingers crossed, Jimmy. This goes all 12 rounds. This is a 12-round fight for the IBO Intercontinental Featherweight title.
Intercontinental.
Yeah, that's how it goes. I guess inter-European, maybe something like that.
Big belt. Yeah.
This goes all 12 rounds. It's a unanimous decision for Scott, and he's a champion.
Hey, look at this!
Champ of something. He's 8-1-1. There we go. Next up, January 24th, 2000. He's got to defend this belt against Patrick Schoolboy Mullings. That's not a scary nickname.
Scary. No,
I don't think the English are understanding how nicknames are supposed to work in boxing.
Well, here's the thing about schoolboys. You're not allowed to touch them.
That is true. Hands off. Hands off. I don't think they're getting how nicknames work. We have like Executioner and Iron and Bone Crusher and all these good
Certainly
names.
Illegal to punch a schoolboy.
Yeah. Is that his strategy? I want to see the professor and the schoolboy fight. That's what I want to see. I want to see them match up against each other, and if the professor wins, he gets to diddle him. That's how it works. And then the headlines say,
suspend him from boxing.
Professor diddles schoolboy, and that'll be fucking... That headline will be amazing. So, fighting the schoolboy here, this is at St. Andrew's Sporting Pub in Glasgow, and this goes all 12 rounds, and Scott is going to win on fights. So
terrific.
There he goes. This is now he wins the
win on points.
He wins on points and the Commonwealth Boxing Council featherweight title.
Okay.
He's the first Scottish boxer to win it since 1974.
Okay.
So
20 years? 30 years.
Oh yeah, 25
Almost
years.
30.
25 years. Next up, Tracy Harris Patterson, who's an American, I believe, and he goes by his nickname Caesar.
Yeah. Oh,
there we go.
Okay.
I mean, at least Caesar wants to dominate you, at least. So
yeah, but he was stabbed and murdered.
Well, I mean,
but it did take a group to get
Jimmy,
him.
Everybody's got to die sometime.
Yeah, it's true.
You can't really judge someone by how they die, really, unless it's Elvis.
It took
That's
a group
sad,
to get Caesar. That was pretty impressive.
That's what I mean. Elvis had a way less impressive death record, and people still love him.
Oh, right.
I mean, Jesus, imagine if Caesar, was fucking choking in the bathroom because he did too many pills. That would be that's not
an
a
embarrassing
great
death.
That's a bad death for a ruler, I believe.
Yeah.
So Tracy Harris Patterson is this? I believe is this? I don't know who. I think we've talked about him before. Either way, this guy's 63-7-1 coming into this fight.
Not bad.
Not bad. This fight goes all 10 rounds. And this is at Madison Square Garden, by the way. So he's come over to America to fight the big arena here. All 10 rounds, unanimous decision for Scott. And that's Caesar's last fight, too. It's the end of Caesar.
Really?
Yep. He does not hail Caesar, and Caesar is...
That is, wow, good for him.
There he goes. So he wins by unanimous decision, and all the judges, they're not even close to. This was the undercard of the Lennox Lewis-Michael Grant fight.
Wow.
So pay-per-view fight. Next up, he's in London at the London Arena. No, this isn't even in London. London Arena in Millwall.
Millwall, Connecticut?
Millwall, yeah, I believe it is. Yeah, the London Arena in Millwall, Connecticut. That's a good arena. I like that one. I like the Detroit Arena in fucking in suburban Pittsburgh. That's one of my favorites.
Big fan of the O2 Arena down there in Alabama.
That's a good one. Jesus Christ. So this fight, all 12 rounds. This is not a little knockout power here for our guy, for Scott here. All 12 rounds, unanimous decision. This time he picks up the IBO Intercontinental featherweight title again. And he said, quote, "It was my sweetest win." That's what Scott says.
Is it?
I just kept on top of him at the start of the fourth when I saw he was hurt. And he kicks the shit out of it. The judges' cards are not even close. He wins basically on one of the judges. Yeah, one of them he wins 10 out of 12 rounds. I mean, that's not bad.
But dragging at 12 rounds, if you're manhandling him that much.
Can't knock him out.
I guess if you can't get hit, then that's playing it pretty safe.
Yeah.
But
and these
he's
people
not
weigh
knocking
100.
anybody out.
They weigh 130 pounds, too, these people. It's hard to, even if it's a 130 pounder, it's really hard to knock a guy out with gloves on if you're 130 pounds. There's just not a lot of fucking mass behind physics, you know what I mean? And all, not a lot of mass to make that head snap to make you be unconscious. Yeah. And then when you get up to like 147, everything changes. All of a sudden, now guys are getting knocked the fuck out. It's that extra little power.
It's just enough to snap the neck and rattle the brain.
That's it. You have to have that. Otherwise, they don't do it enough at the smaller levels. November 11, 2000, he fights Eric Kidd Odamase. 6-1 coming in at the Waterfront Hall in Belfast. And this fight, all 12 rounds, but in the 12th round, it doesn't finish the fight. There's a TKO win for Scott here. So 12-1-1. The guy can't continue. Still took him 12 rounds, though. Next up, March 24, 2001, Richie Wenton, 24-5, this guy is. And this will be his last fight. He gets TKO'd here in the 4th round, does Richie, at the Ponds Forge Arena in Sheffield. So...
Ponds?
Ponds, like a pond. Yeah.
Skin moisturizer?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's what it is. That's where they get it from. It's from that place.
That's how they bottle it.
Yeah, they just scoop a bottle in and ship it over and charge you. I don't know how much Ponds is, but
I think
probably
it's
expensive, I would think.
Ponds, I think it's expensive. I don't know. I see
anything women use, product-wise, if you walk down that aisle, you'll be shocked at how much that shit costs. You're like, are you kidding me? Holy shit. Fuck me.
That pink tax is a bitch, man. It's a motherfucker.
If you see a woman out there and she's looking fine and shit, you should definitely...
Bro, that was expensive.
Yeah, don't hit on them or anything. Just be like, your money is well spent. You've invested,
for you.
You've invested well. You understand that costs a lot of money. To be moist all the time.
High five for the deep pockets.
Yeah, to be moist and have hair that does what they want and all that shit. It really is expensive.
Glowing skin, it's not easy.
Too much, yeah. And I don't mean moist in the pants. I mean moist in the skin.
On the face.
On the face.
Gross.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, what are you going to do? September 15th, 2001. So, wow, it's 4 days after September 11th, 2001.
Everybody missed this.
Yeah, he fights Gary the Tornado Thornhill. This is at the MEN Arena. Men Arena in Manchester. Men only. 21-2-1 for the Tornado. This fight, 5th round out of 12. Scott wins by TKO. So he's starting to get a little pop in his punch here. So this is for the, he has the BBC of C, oh my God, British Featherweight Championship, the Commonwealth Boxing Featherweight Champ. He has 2 titles right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Next up, here we go, November 17, 2001, Steve the Cinderella Man Robinson.
Oh, isn't there?
He just wears.
One already exists.
It's just because he wears a dress to the ring, though. That's it. And one glass slipper.
One shoe.
He refuses to wear boots, and it's been a lot of controversy. It's held him back, honestly, because on one glass slipper with a heel on it, you're not very sturdy. But he insists on boxing that way, so they let him.
Drags him to the ring on a pumpkin.
It's really weird. A bunch of mice drag him to the ring on a pumpkin.
A few miles from the glass spires of Midtown Atlanta lies the South River Forest. In 2021 and 2022, the woods became a home to activists from all over the country who gathered to stop the nearby construction of a massive new police training facility, nicknamed Cop City.
At approximately 9 o'clock this morning, as law enforcement was moving through various sectors of the property, an individual, without warning, shot a Georgia State Patrol trooper.
This is We Came to the Forest, a story about resistance.
The abolitionist mission isn't done until every prison is empty and shut down.
Love and fellowship.
It was probably the happiest I've ever been in my life.
And the lengths we'll go to protect the things we hold closest to our hearts. Follow We Came to the Forest on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge all episodes of We Came to the Forest early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.
Have you ever gotten a message out of the blue? Maybe you ignore them. Or maybe you end up in conversation. Maybe they tell you about an amazing offer. I can really show you how to make some money. And maybe that gets you into a lot of trouble. But this isn't a story about people like you, the people receiving these messages. This is a story about the people behind the messages, on the other end of the line. Thousands of them, working in a micro-city built for scammers. From Wondery, the makers of Dr. Death and Kill List, comes Scam Factory, a new series about survival at the expense of others. Follow Scam Factory on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Scam Factory early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
32-15-2 coming into this fight, so it's held him back. This is at the Bella Houston Leisure Center in Glasgow. This fight only goes into the third round before Scott wins by TKO. So,
wow, Mr. Harrison has gotten pretty tough.
All of a sudden, he's got some pop in his punch. He's 15-1-1, and age probably comes with that too because he was young. He was only 20. Yeah. Maybe he needed to just a little bit of
a late bloomer.
Maturity, physical maturity, because now he's 24, so it makes more sense. At the end of 2001, Harrison is voted Young Boxer of the Year by the Professional Boxing Association and the Boxing Writers Club.
Oh, they like him.
These are local, English or Great Britain things. Yeah. Next up, March 11, 2002, Tony Wiebe, Wehbee. Webby.
Yeah, Webby.
30 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw coming in. This is at Kelvin Hall in Glasgow. And this fight only goes to the third round before Scott takes it with a TKO.
Oh.
Jesus, 16-1-1. Not bad. Next up, Victor Cholito Santiago. 16-1-1 coming into this fight. And this fight only goes to the 6th round again. Scott, TKO again for Scott. So he's not knocking him out, but he's hitting him so much that the ref has to stop it. So 17. Can't take any more, goddammit. 17-1-1. Next up, maybe the best nickname I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
There's nothing funnier than oh, never mind. I thought it was something else. It's never mind.
Oh.
It's not as fun as I thought. I'll tell you what I thought it was, because that was I was like, it's almost like he's not Spanish and he just named himself this as because it sounds like a word he can understand. This is Julio Pablo Chacon is his name. His name is El Relampago.
Oh.
El Relampago. I don't know what that means, but I quickly looked at it and thought it said El Rampajo, which I was like, Julio El Rampajo. I'm like, I don't think Rampajo is Rampajo.
That's a word.
But that sounds like an American guy giving himself a Spanish nickname. I'm El Rampajo. I'm going to rampage through your shit.
Real Pampago? Pamago?
Relampago.
Relampago.
Relampago? Yeah. That's something like that.
What is it?
I just spelled it. Relampago.
I don't know what that is.
Relampago.
Relampago.
I don't know what the fuck that is. He's
that is in Spanish.
He's 100% of of that, whatever that is. Whatever that is, I'm going to go ahead and take his word for it. That's what he is.
Relampago. All right.
He's 44-2 coming into this fight. So he's a good fighter. This is at the Braehead Arena in Glasgow. This is for the WBO World Featherweight title.
Okay, this is a big deal.
Big deal here. This is 12 rounds, goes all 12. Unanimous decision for Scott.
Hey!
Scott wins it. Not bad. Next up, maybe he's got the best nickname ever. You never know.
Oh, is this real Rampaggio?
El Rampaggio is a nickname that I really want someone to have now.
It's yours now.
El Rampaggio. I'll take it. March 22nd, 2003, he fights Wayne Pocket Rocket McCullough. Pocket Rocket is his nickname. Wayne the Boner McCullough. Pocket Rocket.
Wayne the Dildo McCullough.
Very nice.
Hey, do you think he knows?
Wayne the Penile Substitute McCullough.
Does he have any idea? There's no way he knows, right?
How does he not? Wouldn't you Google yourself and notice that that's definitely not the first thing that comes up?
What is this blue vibrator about?
What is going on here? This is 2003. The internet exists.
Oh, God, yeah.
You should know better than this.
Adam and Eve is online at this point. Jesus, man.
Plus, there's other people around him. None of his trainers, none of his fucking other guys he's sparring. While they're sparring, they don't go, you're calling yourself Pocket Rocket, right? That's weird. He's 26-3 coming into this fight.
Oh, maybe it's working.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe it makes him angry when people call him that, and that's how he gets his rage going. Goes all 12 rounds, and Scott wins it again. So 19-1-1. He's the WBO World Featherweight Champion. Not bad.
Fending off the dildo.
He's fending off the Pocket Rocket. Next up, Manuel Medina, 62-13 coming into this fight. And he goes, this is all 12 rounds. Okay. And it's a split decision here.
Oh.
And Scott loses it to Manuel Medina. Yes, and goes to 19-2. So not great. Next up, November 29th, 2003, rematch with Medina. Yeah. And this time it goes 11 rounds out of 12, and Scott wins it by TKO. So,
now we've got a trilogy on our hands.
Now we've got probably not, because he's going to
know who wins this battle.
Manuel's going to retire shortly after this. I think he's only going to have a couple more fights and retire. So this might have been his last hurrah for Manuel here. So 22-1 for our guy here. March 6, 2004, which is a few months later, Walter Estrada he faces, who's 26-2 coming into this fight. This is at the Brayhead Arena again. Walter Estrada, this fight only goes 5 rounds, and it's finally TKO for Scott, 21-2.
Scott has fought so many fights.
He keeps fighting. Every few months he's fighting. It's like every 4 months he has a fight, it seems like. Maybe 4 to 5 months.
Reckless abandon.
Yeah, because then June he fights, and he fights in October, then he fights in January and June. It's every few months. He doesn't go these long distances without fighting. Next up, he fights William the Conqueror Abelian, the Conqueror. Jesus, he's going to conquer you. 23-4-1 coming into this fight, and this fight goes 3 rounds, and it is a TKO win for Scott again. Next up in October 2004, Samuel Kebede, Kebede. Kebede. He's 24-0 coming into this fight.
Oh, shit.
Samuel is. So however you pronounce his last name, he's definitely somebody to be worried about here.
Yeah.
24-0. I mean, you got to think that's like you're on your way to some kind of storied career if you're 24-0. Well, this fight, it's a 12-round fight. Mm-hmm. And Scott TKOs him in the first round.
What?
24-0, my ass. Who you been fighting?
You're 24. You're a whack ass.
Wow.
Ain't nothing.
His career, he's 25-2.
Oh, wow.
Starts out 24-0 and ends up 25-2. That's how fucked up boxing is as a career.
Scott exposed him.
That was it. After that, I don't know if he broke his confidence, and I don't know what happened there. So 23-2-1 for Scott. January 28, 2005, Victor Polo. This is he's a 37-4 fighter coming into this fight, and this is his last fight, which is really weird because he doesn't lose this fight.
Really?
Yeah, it's no, it's not his last fight. It's his second to last fight. Okay. It goes all 12 rounds, and it's a split decision draw.
Oh.
So 23-2-2 for Scott here. June 3rd, 2005, Michael Mickey Brody. Well, that's not really a nickname. It's just kind of.
It's Mikey.
Yeah, come on.
We call you Mikey.
We'll call you Mikey. 35-2-1 for him, for Brody here. And this is a 4th-round knockout for Scott. He finally did it, Jimmy. He
got it done.
He finally knocked a man out. It happened. Good for you.
He knocked out a fictitious mouse, but whatever.
We'll take it. Knock out a cartoon character. We'll do it.
Yeah.
Here. Next up, November 5th, 2005, Nadal Skinny is his nickname. Nadal Skinny Hussein, like Saddam.
Wow, yeah.
So you need a softening nickname when your last name is Hussein. I feel like it's in 2005 especially. It's like, listen, everybody, I'm not the guy you're looking for.
Lucky I'm not calling it Huggy Bear.
Yeah, it could be anything. Just the nice guy, Nadal, the nice guy Hussein.
Nadal Cuddle Muffin.
Nadal definitely doesn't have WMD Hussein. That's a good nickname for 2005. 39-2 coming into this fight. So this fight is at the Braehead Arena again in Glasgow. All 12 rounds, unanimous decision for Scott. So Scott's doing well. He's 25-2-2. Not bad, honestly.
It's a great start.
He's doing great. He still has the WBO World Featherweight title. The fight he lost was not for that title, apparently.
Okay.
I don't know if it was out of weight class, if the guy, because sometimes too,
or whatever. Yeah.
Well, they can have things too where if a guy is a pound over, then they can still fight, but it won't be for the title now if they weigh in wrong or some shit like that. So there's different ways that it happens that way. So May 15th, 2006. So this is 6 months later. He is arrested here. Yes. He was supposed to fight the next week against Gary St. Clair. It's a title defense, and now they say it's going to be in doubt after a nightclub incident we'll talk about here. Well, this will be fun here. He was questioned after police were called to the premises in, Balloch, Dumbartonshire in the UK. D-U-M-B, Dumb is the first.
Yeah.
D-U-M-B-A-R-T-O-N Shire.
Dumbartonshire.
Yeah. Dumbartonshire in the UK. Jesus Christ. Apparently, he refused to. This is, by the way, the second incident he's had, because last month he had charges of breaching the peace and refusing to leave a licensed premises, resisting arrest, and police assault.
Okay. So
that
he
was
caused a scene. They
asked
him
the month
to leave.
Before.
Needed to call the police, and then he punched the police too.
He said, "I'm not leaving." Yeah, and didn't want to. He's just hanging in his booth, man. He's like, "Listen, it was I had to get here early to get this booth. I'm not fucking leaving."
It's a window seat.
So he faces a trial on that, but now this incident could fuck that up even more because it's more on top of it. A spokesperson for the police said, quote, "At around 1:45 a.m. on Sunday, a 28-year-old man was arrested and will be subject to a report to the procurator fiscal." Oh, no, not him.
Oh,
that sounds like
him about me.
They're going to do butt stuff to you if they're mad. So he was found, apparently he was found outside the nightclub with ecstasy on this occasion.
Oh, shit.
So that was a problem here. Yeah, he's found with ecstasy.
In 2004?
In 2006? 2006. Okay. So, yeah, this is in successive months. He fights the cops, doesn't want to fucking be get kicked out of the bar, and then the next thing you know, he's outside a nightclub with ecstasy. So,
right in the heart of the ecstasy fucking flight, too. That was a big,
it's big time.
Huge time for it.
Oh, it was mainstreaming at that point. So a little while after this, he separates from his long-term woman here, Jackie. So, yeah. So
Jackie's had enough.
Not going well for him at the moment. He still has his title and everything, but outside of that,
great.
It's not going well. So May 18th, 2006 here, they're talking about him having an uncertain future in the Daily Telegraph newspaper.
Really?
He acknowledges after all his arrest problems that he has depression and alcohol problems.
Yeah.
So, I guess his manager, Frank Maloney, who's managed him since the beginning, said that he was having some problems, and he's admitted to the hospital for it.
Really?
Yep, he's going to do that. I guess he pulls out of his title fight against Gary St. Clair, And his manager said if we hadn't addressed the problem, Scott could have ended up out there on the streets without any friends, in the gutter, without any money, or who knows, even dead.
That's a really, is that hyperbole or how bad is it?
I mean, he must be all fucked up, I guess. And I guess if you have no career.
If that's not exaggerating, yeah, that's crazy.
And you spend all your money on legal bills, you'll probably be broke pretty quick.
Yeah.
Especially, I don't know what a Scottish featherweight champion makes. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's not making
money.
Yeah, he's not making Floyd Mayweather money. You know what I mean?
No, but he is fighting on undercards of big fights.
Once.
Yeah.
You know? So, I mean.
Look at what they're going to make, 25, 30 grand maybe?
But after training and paying all your staff and your trainers and your fucking, a
lot of overhead.
Not making a lot. It costs a lot to become a boxer, to fight, to practice.
Right.
Yeah. His manager said he was brave. He accepted responsibility. I think becoming world champion may have triggered all of this. Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure.
Not only that, everybody then comes up to you and tells you you're great.
Yeah.
And
everybody you know is coming up with their fucking hands out.
They're coming up with their hands out, and everybody you go out, hey, you're great. Can I buy you a drink? Everybody either wants to buy you a drink or fight you if you're famous like that.
Right.
You know,
and
if you're a world champion. Yeah. And then the guy who's with them is pissed off, and then you got to fight that guy, and then some other guy's trying to buy you a drink while you're trying to fight this guy. That's a lot of bullshit.
And all you want is to be buzzed and getting a blowy. That's it.
Here's the thing you can do. Don't go to these places. That seems to be the solution. And we say this all the time with these people. I get that, hey, you're a free human and everybody's free to be out at 2 a.m. if they want, and that's totally fine. But these are the things you're going to have to deal with, whether it's your fault or not.
For sure.
This is what happens at 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So he said being young and having to deal with all the pressures that go with it, and knowing the personality of the man, I think he'll be back in the ring, but boxing is secondary at the moment. Scott has to fight for the rest of his life. It's really up to the doctors, but I told him last night that he can never drink again, not even a celebration drink. He made some admissions to me that I was shocked by. He's been doing some shit, basically.
What could he have told him?
I know. I would love to sit this guy down and his fucking pick
Don't
his
you
brain.
just say he made admissions that shocked me. Spill it, motherfucker. I want to hear it.
He made admissions that shocked me. I mean, we're talking... remember the elephant place? Things with the elephants. It was a lot. He's really been... over the edge. Between the elephants and the schoolboy, it's been too much. So I guess there's a lot of things that have been going on with him. They said that he's had a worrying downturn in his psychological state over the past year. In April of 2005, in the area of East Kilbride, he is banned from, and I've never heard this happen to a human being before, a crime in sports first, everybody, which we rarely encounter. He is banned from, quote, all pubs, clubs, and hotels in the entire area.
And hotels.
Everywhere that might serve a drink is what that is.
Pubs, clubs, and even the lobby.
Hotels.
Get out.
Get the fuck out. He's not allowed to walk into a hotel in a city. Any of them.
What the fuck?
Even ones,
picture up.
Even ones he's never been kicked out of before or had a problem in.
We're on board with that.
They said this was following allegations of what's called antisocial behavior. You need a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Half of America would be banned from everywhere if that was the case. Kidding me? So they talk about him being arrested in Glasgow the month before. That was, by the way, when he wouldn't leave and was fighting police and all that. That was on a Saturday afternoon. That was not at 2 a.m.
Just
sun out,
tea time,
sun out, chilling.
Unbelievable.
He was accused finally of breaching the peace, refusing to leave a licensed premises, resisting arrest and police assault. He's got to stand trial for that. And then he was arrested at a incident at a nightclub near Loch Lomond at 1:45 a.m. here. So they talk about the fight he was supposed to have here, and they were saying that they have no confidence that the fight will ever happen. They've replaced him. They say he may be stripped of his title if he's unable to box for a prolonged period or is found guilty of any criminal charges, in which case he could also lose his boxing license.
What is going on? Is it the length of these fights? Is he already scrambled?
You know how many times he gets hit in the fucking head in a featherweight fight over? I mean, that's just a lot of brain.
Oh, God.
It's not knockouts, but it's a lot of brain rattling. And
sure.
12 rounds, 12 rounds, 12 rounds. That's a lot of times getting punched in the
gotta
face.
be.
It doesn't help.
His brain is just dying.
I mean, it doesn't help if you add pressure and you just add age and you add also his relationship was going south. His wife left him, all this type of shit. You add all that in with getting punched in the face constantly for your whole career.
And
you're going to end up
that with day drinking. Fuck.
It's not good. Bad things are going to happen here. So that was then. Now, May 24th, 2006, very shortly after, here's a headline in the newspaper: Harrison quits rehab, manager concerned.
The whole, on his own, without consulting it,
He checked himself out of a clinic where he was being treated for depression and alcohol problems, his manager said. Not good. Okay. He withdrew from his title defense. He withdrew from rehab. This isn't good at all. They said he left over the weekend, and at this moment, the manager, quote, doesn't know where the fighter is.
Can't find him.
Doesn't even know where he is.
Oh, my God.
I bet you he's drinking, though. Something tells me.
Yeah, wherever he is, there's alcohol with him.
There's a bottle in his hand.
Yeah.
He said, quote, I feel I can't do any more to help the situation. I spent the last 10 days completely involved in Scott Harrison's business and his problems. He doesn't seem to want to listen to anybody or take any advice.
Uh-oh.
I think that's a good way to put it.
That's going to end so bad.
That's in May. He's quiet for months. I don't know what he's doing, but he's not fighting. He's not doing anything productive with himself.
No.
Anyway, and then he pops up in the news again in October of 2006. So a few months later, October 18th, 2006, with a headline from the Daily Telegraph that reads, Harrison held in
Arrested.
In other countries now. Yeah.
Oh, no.
This is
intercontinental.
Intercontinental fucking dumb shittery is what that is. Intercontinental fuckery, I believe that's called.
That's called a worldwide crime spree.
What a fucking idiot. I guess this was during his training program. He's over there training in Spain. He was arrested in Malaga, the Foreign Office said. That's the city. He has been refused consular assistance. Okay. They said that he was due to return to the ring on December 9th. He's been training overseas, having postponed defenses of his title due to his addiction problems. And his lawyer says that he had no knowledge of his arrest in Spain, reportedly in connection with the alleged theft of a car and alleged assault on a police officer in another country. Who goes to another country and punches a cop or assaults them in any way?
Yeah. That'll get you thrown in there for a while. That's nuts.
You don't fucking know what other countries do. You don't go somewhere else. You don't even go to another city and fucking do that.
Yeah, you don't do it in another state.
You know what your cops will put up with in your area.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't know what the fuck anyone else will deal with. So,
wow, he's train in Spain and fight the police. That's one way to train, I suppose.
Yeah, that's some. My Fair Lady.
He was training. The police didn't know.
My Fair Lady didn't know anything about that. If you train in Spain, the alcohol will ruin your brain. Okay, so he said that last month he said he intended to stay out of Scotland ahead of his December fight against the former European champion Nick Cook. Stay out of Scotland, meaning like don't go home, which is usually a good thing for crime and sports people. Stay out.
Yeah.
They said no, he wanted to. He was been preparing at a secret training camp in southern Spain to escape media attention. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Escape? Are you out of You did the opposite, man.
So, yeah, getting arrested doesn't help. So, October 24th, 2006, new headline, Harrison could be free by the weekend.
Oh.
His manager said he's hopeful that he will be released from a Spanish prison by this weekend. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed.
The weekend wasn't coming to post bail for him?
How hilarious would it be? Yeah, he's coming to get him actually out right now. How hilarious would it be if you were like, if we had, because we have a show coming up in Boston and you were like, we're hoping to get James out of a Spanish prison by the weekend. How fucking amazing would that be?
If you show up
Fingers
to the
crossed,
Wilbur
everybody.
and James isn't there, we failed.
We failed, but we're trying to get him out of a Spanish prison by the weekend. It just on this show, it doesn't sound that crazy, but in real life, if you replace
nuts.
his name with any of your friends' names out there, everybody, your brother, anybody, it's a lot. They said that he's accused of assaulting a police officer and stealing a car, but his manager said, we're very hopeful of movement in the near future. We're very positive that we'll see Scott by the end of the weekend.
If that was a post on Instagram, I'd be saying, James assaulted a police officer after stealing a car in Spain. The Wilbur is canceled.
It's canceled. He's probably not going to be let out of Spanish prison anytime soon.
He may not be ever out of there.
We don't know. It's in a foreign country. I don't really know how their fucking laws work over there.
I don't know their laws.
We'll find out.
The agents are working on it.
Yeah, I don't know. They're the ones that are going to lose money here, so we're sending it to them. So they said also, his manager said, the fight is definitely still on for December 9th. We had it confirmed by the WBO today. If we can get him out of Spanish prison, he's ready to fight. November 12th, 2006. Okay. Let's see here. Here's the Sunday Telegraph paper here. Scott in turmoil, thrown another lifeline is the whole headline. It says, the bizarre events surrounding Scott Harrison took a new twist last night when it emerged the troubled fighter will be released only on Monday from the Spanish jail where he's been held the last month. So he didn't get out then. He was held another month on assault charges. He's still intent on defending his World Boxing Association organization featherweight crown, even though he's not been training. He's been in jail.
All right.
Tell me the nutrition and the training can't be that great in there. He's been granted bail, which prompted the promoter of the fight to confirm that, yes, he'll definitely be there. He'll be fighting. Don't worry about it. But they stressed that Harrison would first have to pass a British Boxing Board medical to determine whether he's fit to box. They said, all right, well, while he maintains Harrison's been training hard in prison, his manager said that his mental and physical condition will be paramount in the minds of board officials when they meet to decide whether to sanction his fight.
Sure.
And he said, quote, it's not necessarily the case the fight's back on. Scott has a contract to fight, and we have to honor that contract. It's been a nightmare, but obviously Scott is innocent until proven guilty.
Obviously, yeah.
I don't know if that's how it works in Spain, if we're being honest here. I'm not sure. I have no fucking idea. That's why you don't get arrested in another fucking country, you idiot. Fucking dipshit. So his manager at the time, by the way, his manager of 10 years dropped him when he checked himself out of rehab. He's got a new manager now. He had personally driven him to the clinic, the manager, to rehab, and then Scott checked himself out the next day. So, yeah, that's a lot. So I guess in September, he was diagnosed as suffering from obsessive-compulsive disorder following a visit to a Belfast clinic.
That's terrifying because that could be fucking anything. I knew a kid that had OCD that washed his hands all the time, and his hands were just bleeding all the time.
Yeah, and it could be that, and it could be something that's not even close to that. It could be a mental. There's so much.
Yeah,
it's a big range.
The fucking light switches could be anything.
Oh yeah. Everybody, those are like the ones you think of immediately: the hand washing, the light, 5 times with the light switch, and all that kind of shit. So he said a lot of things that have been happening with Scott can be explained. They said, now, after this, his father said that, by the way. So now I get it here. I guess Harrison and his ex-manager ended their association when the fighter signed up with the other promotion. His ex-manager said, Scott has an illness which has got to be confronted, not just swept under the carpet. I was the person who confronted those problems, and the truth is that no one around Scott liked it. Saying he wanted yes men. Whether the guy can come back from this is down to one person, Scott Harrison. I believe he's a great fighter, and now he needs all those fighting qualities to confront and beat his inner demons.
Yeah.
His manager's saying, it's, wow. So his move, I guess he was supposed to, they said the Spain thing was just to keep him out of trouble. That's all. The policeman he is said to have assaulted, by the way, needs an eye operation from being hit.
He hit him hard.
He's a fucking professional fighter.
Yeah.
I guess the police say that he drunkenly attacked a local man after trying to steal his car. So he tried to steal someone's car. The guy protested.
Yeah.
Please don't steal my car.
Yeah.
He beats that guy up. A cop comes over. He then punches the cop.
Broke his orbital or some shit.
He's lucky he's not still in a Spanish prison.
Yeah.
Essentially here. Harrison insists that he and his uncle were arrested following a misunderstanding. I thought you were allowed to punch cops. Yeah.
He didn't want me to take it. Misunderstanding.
Total misunderstanding. Wow. I was forced to defend them when assaulted by officers at the police station. That's his story.
Okay.
So he said that's how it works. He said that he'd been drinking and that the WBO had warned him to avoid alcohol as part of his, not being suspended from boxing. So
that is the thing about alcohol. It does confuse you and make you not understand certain things. So
it'll definitely cloud the issue a little bit.
It'll make a misunderstanding much more possible.
It'll make a misunderstanding turn into a police officer needing eye surgery real quickly.
Yeah.
See, one of the few
alcohol will
substances that can do that.
It will detach an officer's retina.
It does it. That and meth are the two that really seem to get in there and do that.
Yeah.
December 3rd, 2006 here, they, I guess him and the guy he's fighting will both, there's an article talking about that they'll both have their fathers in their corners.
Oh.
After the fight, then their dads fight. That's what I would want to see.
I want that.
That would be great. Yeah. As soon as their fight's over, as soon as the bell rings,
yeah,
clear it out. Both dads jump in barefisted and just beat the shit out of each other. That's what I want.
Yeah.
He was hip-hop's biggest mogul, the man who redefined fame, fortune, and the music industry.
The first male rapper to be honored on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Sean Diddy Combs.
Diddy built an empire and lived a life most people only dream about.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But just as quickly as his empire rose, it came crashing down.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
I was up. I hit rock bottom, but I made no excuses. I'm disgusted. I'm so sorry.
Until you're wearing an orange jumpsuit, it's not real. Now it's real.
From his meteoric rise to his shocking fall from grace, from law and crime, this is the rise and fall of Diddy. Listen to the rise and fall of Diddy exclusively with Wondery Plus.
Behind the closed doors of government offices and military compounds, there are hidden stories and buried secrets from the darkest corners of history. From covert experiments pushing the boundaries of science to operations so secretive they were barely whispered about. Each week, on Redacted, Declassified Mysteries, we pull back the curtain on these hidden histories. 100% true and verifiable stories that expose the shadowy underbelly of power. Consider Operation Paperclip, where former Nazi scientists were brought to America after World War II, not as prisoners, but as assets to advance U.S. intelligence during the Cold War. These aren't just old conspiracy theories. They're thoroughly investigated accounts that reveal the uncomfortable truths still shaping our world today. The stories are real. The secrets are shocking. Follow Redacted, Declassified Mysteries on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Redacted early and ad-free right now on Wondery Plus.
In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this White Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. We're going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles.
A big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
Sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit.
At the time, I was paranoid.
Threats.
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
And murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head.
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
So both of them have been training in Spain here, and they said that he's been trying to do this. He's been trying to have everything ready, but he says that he's talking shit, basically, saying that he doesn't have the reputation for being the heaviest puncher, but, he could do it if he could put this guy down still and all that kind of shit. Scott said, "I've never hated any opponent more than I do you," is what he told what he told Cook here in a press conference. They said, quote, Scott said, "You've never fought anyone of my class. You wait and see, pal." And then Cook said, "Shut your mouth, I'm speaking." Scott said, "You shut your noise or I'll fucking shut your noise."
Shut your noise.
Shut your noise, which I've never heard before.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, I believe there was the two versions. There was "come feel the noise" and there was "come shut your noise." And Quiet Riot had to decide which one to go with, and they went with Feel the Noise as far as that goes, but that's on the shelf.
Shut your noise.
Come shut your noise.
That was spelled C-U-M, by the way.
Oh, I know. Absolutely. Like, let's make it
disgusting.
Dirty. Let's make the tape feel like it's sticky when you pick it up. Can we put something on there?
How do you come on, feel the noise?
Come feel the noise.
Come on, feel the noise. How am I coming on that?
Come on your noise? How do I come on noise? Does noise make me come?
You come on the feeling of the noise, I guess.
I was going to say, maybe when the noise hits, you come. Come feel the noise like...
That's got to be what it is.
There's a noise. Boom. Oh, there it is. Oh, God. I was waiting for it.
So that's come on the speakers? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't
come
think
on our towers.
I don't think you can help where you come at that point. It's when you feel the noise, it's happening. So if you're near the speakers, that's where it's going to be.
So if I come on your peevees, am I getting arrested?
I don't think so. I think that song explicitly instructs you.
Come all over our fucking marshals.
Not while that song's playing. It's anything. It's all legal while that song's playing.
On Bang Your Head.
Yeah.
Or mental health. That's what it's called.
You can come on anything.
Mental health. That's
mental
right.
health. Yeah. You can come on anything while that song's playing. It's legal. I believe. I'm not sure. It's a jizz forward type of song. You know what I mean?
Very funny.
So Cook then said, "Shut it, I'm speaking." And Scott said, "Shut it."
Shut your noise.
Shut your noise. Come shut your noise.
I wish you would have said "shut your noise hole" or something like that.
That would have been amazing.
Shut your noise. Shut it.
Shut
So
your noise, yap. Oh, shut your noise hole. I love it. Oh, my God. So he said, "Your typical big mouth. I've seen your likes before, pal." Scott then calls him pal, like he's 75 years old. Cook said, "Oh, yeah? You just make sure you turn up." Yeah, that's right. God damn it. So they're talking shit back and forth. December 7th, 2006. WBO champ Harrison pulls out of bout.
He quit.
He's not fighting. Yeah. Yep. He was scheduled to fight.
Noise.
He shut his own noise down. Yep. Mm-hmm. He was arrested, obviously in Spain, and all that is hanging over his head, and they think that's why he pulled out.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see. Maybe he's just trying to get it all together now, and maybe he's going to come back strong. In 2 months, he's going to just floor another opponent. Maybe. So February 1st, 2007. Oh, no, he's arrested again. Never mind.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's arrested here in Glasgow, I believe, in Glasgow City Centre, along with the 30.
Back home.
Yeah, back home. That's always smart, as we know. Yep. Go home. 35-year-old man on a Tuesday night. He's being held in police custody ahead of a court appearance, and he also is due to appear in a Spanish court the same day.
Oh, that's not easy.
No, it's two different countries. This is on drugs charges. That's all they'll say.
Okay. Probably ecstasy.
We'll find out. If he likes the ecstasy, maybe.
Seems to, yeah.
September 2nd, 2008, he is going to go to jail and to go to court for drunk driving and assaulting his girlfriend.
Oh, my God. How much trouble can he get in?
Dude, it just went downhill quick. That Grace was fast. There was Grace at that one fight and then just down a mountain.
This is new charges.
So, yes, he admits to drunk driving in Glasgow while 4 times the legal alcohol limit.
What is that? Fucking...
I don't know. Over there?
Yeah, it's probably
over there. That's like
over there.
0.78. I don't fucking know. It's Scotland. You can drive probably at like a 0.2 over there. They're like, you're good.
That feels like a couple nips.
He's like, I'm all right in it. And they're like, yeah, he's all right in it. Yeah, all right. And then that's it. They send him on his way. He drives off.
It's incredible.
Try not to hit anything, all right? All right. And he just goes. Yes, he was jailed earlier for 2 months here, by the way. In the meantime, last time we talked to him, he's been jailed for assaulting his girlfriend, Stacy Gardner, and assaulting a police officer in a completely separate incident. Again. So far, that's 3 different times he's had police officer problems, and now he's punched people in the street, a guy whose car he tried to steal, and his girlfriend.
I mean, they have laws here that are like... if you get anywhere near an officer, it's assault. You can verbally assault a police officer.
Yeah,
and get
you
arrested
push
for
them.
it.
You can slap their arm away from you. They'll probably charge you with assault. So I don't know what this is.
You can assault them in so many different ways, and I mean, you can't. That's the point.
Yeah,
you can't.
You're not allowed.
You go to jail, and there it just seems like he doesn't give a fuck.
This guy doesn't give a fuck
what you're wearing.
Since the last time he's actually punched somebody for money, he's punched so many people that just cost him money.
People.
You just
get
this energy and focus it in the right area here. So sentencing for him today for the drunk driving, the sheriff said, quote, "You were totally devoid of responsibility."
Oh.
Nothing.
Devoid.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And they send him to jail for you, sir. May fuck off 8 months in jail.
That's a long time.
For drunk driving and assault. Yeah, that's not great. So December 31st, 2008, though, which is less than 4 months later, he is released from prison.
Oh, good. He's got to go to fucking Spain and fight that one.
Freed after 4 months. Yeah, he's still got that going on here. It's not going well for him. His lawyer, so he didn't comment, by the way. Coming out, he just gave a thumbs up sign and was driven away.
Okay.
His lawyer, Massimo Franchi.
Massimo.
You get an Italian guy to argue for you. It works.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. He said,
especially a guy with a great clothing line.
I'm a Massimo Franchi. Come on. He says, quote, "He will be delighted that he is out before the end of this year so he can start rebuilding his life in 2009.
Yeah.
He breaks into that. He can't help it every once in a while. He will want to start afresh. Anew. And he has got the support from his family there. Okay. So that's terrific. He spent a total of about 10 months of this year in jail. So that's not good here. 2 months for assaulting his girlfriend and a police officer, 4 months for drunk driving, 2 months for breaking a nighttime curfew because he's not allowed fucking out at night because he's a menace.
Smart move, yeah.
And which is a condition of his bail at the time, was nighttime curfew. And then he received an additional 2 months the following week after he admitted punching a stranger in the face in a night out.
And a stranger.
So that's two strangers. A guy tried to steal a car from multiple cops and his girlfriend, but nothing in the ring.
He'll punch anybody.
He will punch you. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And you see him and you're like, look at this little guy here. And then he'll just punch the shit out of you, and that's dangerous.
This little fella.
A featherweight boxing champion's the most dangerous man out there.
Yeah.
Because nobody looks at him as a real threat, and he will kick the shit out of you.
Yeah. But you see one and you treat him like the crocodile hunter treats a poisonous snake.
You should.
Oh, he's angry, isn't he?
Yeah, he's an angry one, isn't he? Look at him.
Look at him.
Boy. Oh, man, like a fucking stingray to that guy. So he had a lot of problems, we'll just say here. Not good. So his prison term was reduced by 2 months earlier in December, and he was released after serving half his sentence here. At the Court of Appeal, Lord Kingarth ruled. Lord Kingarth should be ruling on things. He's got the word Lord and King in his name.
Yes.
Lord Kingarth. That's awesome.
Lord Kingarth.
Lord Kingarth. He ruled that the sentences for the drunk driving and bail breach could run concurrently rather than consecutively, reducing that sentence to 4 months. Yeah. In the drunk driving incident here, he was caught nearly 4 times the limit as he drove down Lauriston Road in the Gorbals area of the city at about 9 p.m. The officer found he had, this is some European measurements here, 137 micrograms of alcohol per 100 milliliters of breath. The legal limit is 35 milligrams or micrograms.
And he had
137.
Jesus.
Little much here. Then in the assault incident, they heard he hit his partner, Stacy, after she went to his Campbell's Lang home on the evening of May 26th to comfort him following the death of his uncle.
And he hit her
and
for
he
it?
hit her. If you go to comfort someone because a relative dies, what do you think your odds of getting out of there without getting punched are? Pretty good, right? Nope.
Usually, yeah.
Nope, does not hurt.
At his house.
I'm sad.
How dare you hug me?
Wow. A neighbor witnessed the assault. They didn't even do this indoors. Someone saw this and called the police, and then Harrison assaulted one of the 2 police officers who arrived to investigate.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Stop punching people.
Yeah.
Wow. That is, his license has now been revoked by the British Boxing Board of Control.
They won't even allow him to fight now.
Nope. Now it's revoked. Okay. April 24th, 2009, he's arrested again.
Oh, boy.
He's arrested as he arrives in Spain to face assault allegations from 3 years ago. He was detained by officers as he touched down at the airport because they were like, no, we've been looking for you for 3 years.
And he was there to turn himself in anyway, is that right?
Yeah, but we're going to make sure you don't get drunk in a hotel and sit on the beach for a while.
We don't want you fighting our cops again.
We're coming with you here. So he's already spent some time behind bars. A judge reportedly issued a fresh arrest warrant over the claims last month, and he arrived with his father and his mother. Peter and Agnes came with him, and Stacy's there too, even though she's been punched and you don't want to console him.
She's an angel.
She's either that or she's got brain damage too. One of the two. I'm not sure. Passengers described being asked to stay seated as he was taken off and arrested. He got arrested on the plane. They didn't even wait for him to fucking come out of the tunnel.
They didn't even wait for the fucking,
Was he going to run across the runway and get away? You could have waited for him to come into the airport, for Christ's sake.
We don't want the jet bridge to attach to the plane.
Wow. A national police spokeswoman confirmed he was arrested. That's what you do like an international terrorist.
Yeah.
You know, I can confirm that they arrested him yesterday. They arrested him when he arrived at the airport. She said the arrest warrant was related to incidents in the area, which we know about. September 13th, 2011. Okay. He serves 5 months on remand in Alhaurín de la Torre and was released on September 13th, 2011. So he does some time in Spanish prison.
Yeah.
Doing time in a Spanish jail.
That can't be good.
No. October 13th, 2011, he's trying to get his license back for boxing, and it is rejected, his bid to get his license back. Yep. He said they told the British Boxing Board of Control told the press that he had not supplied all the relevant paperwork, but he says that they have had every piece of paper they have needed. I don't know what's happened. I'm still in the dark about what's happening with my future.
Well, I mean, that's because you turned the lights off on it,
You've been in jail in and out for 5 years, in and out of jails, punching cops. You're a fucking disgrace at this point.
It's in the dark because you cut the electric off.
No shit. He's going to get his electric cut off pretty soon here. He said that he's received the news by letter but has not had his telephone calls answered. He said, I've got a family, 3 kids to provide for, which makes it even more annoying. Annoying is an understatement, probably.
Annoying career. Yeah.
No, he said, I feel good. I feel confident of winning the world title again and being a 3-time world champion. You haven't boxed in fucking years. What are you talking about?
It's been since 2006?
Jesus. Yeah. And now you're in your 30s. Now you're fucking 34 years old. You're not 26 anymore.
Yeah.
This is a problem. He said, only if the British Boxing Board of Control return my license. I'm shocked. Without my license, I can't get back to work. I've got a family, and I can't provide for my 3 kids without getting my license back.
How did you not have this thought before you punched 2 cops?
Multiple cops and tried to steal a car and hit your girlfriend. He was sentenced to, in Spain, by the way, 2.5 years in prison.
Wow.
Is what he was sentenced to. He didn't do all that time, but he was sentenced to 2.5 fucking years. That is not great. So, I mean, the last time he fought was, 2006?
Right.
That's wild. He was the champ. He checks himself into a clinic, and then he's never fought since then.
That's a mess.
Yep. He says that this decision puts him back to square one again.
Yeah.
So, December 15th, 2011, he's in the press saying that he believes he can be Scotland's first ever 3-time world champion now that he's been granted his license. They gave him his license back.
Okay. Good.
Yep. He said, I feel super fit and ready to go. I can now go back to work and provide for my family and win a 3rd world title. Oh, that sounds easy. Hey, Jimmie.
That's clearly,
I'm going to go train and, provide for my family. I'm going to win a world title.
Yeah.
Cool?
I believe in you. You got sexy.
We've had the same number of professional fights in the last 5 years, me and Scott Harrison, so I think it's possible.
Yeah.
He is trained again by his father, Peter, who said it won't be too long before his son makes a return. Should be a while. They said maybe early next year, possibly February. He said, quote, this is what his father said. Make no mistake, Scott will become world champion again.
Will he?
He will. The board's chairman said it's a nice early Christmas present for Scott and the Scottish Boxing Council. We hope he returns to the standard he was at. Yeah, we hope he's not a fucking disaster anymore. That would be terrific. He said, I would like to thank Bernard Connolly and the Scottish Area Council for recommending I get my license back. It's taken some time, and the investigations into my physical and mental condition have been exhaustive. I don't think I could have done it without their support. I've made serious mistakes in my life and spend considerable amount of time in a Spanish prison.
Yeah.
These things can change a person. I am changed. What is he now? He's good now.
He's super good, yeah.
He's good now. I've paid for my mistakes, and I apologize to anyone who was hurt by my actions. I just want to get out there now and box and provide for my family.
Okay.
That's it. He is supposed to make his return to the ring March 2012, but it's canceled here.
Why?
Well, first it was in doubt because of a legal dispute involving rival promoters, his manager and another manager here. But by the way, it looks like his manager is Frank Maloney again, the original guy.
Okay.
Now that he's going to actually try not to drink. He got this guy. So it says his comeback fight's canceled after his arrest. His planned comeback fight next weekend has been canceled following his arrest for alleged shoplifting from a Glasgow supermarket. What the fuck are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Stealing from the grocery store?
What are you stealing from the grocery store? I bet your manager would give you food. You have a fight in a week.
Probably, yeah. You need protein. You got to fight.
What the fuck is wrong with you? The arrest was on Wednesday over an alleged theft and minor public disorder offense. Here. Wow, that is fucking crazy. Harrison's manager, Frank Maloney, who's back with him after years with him and off, says he has decided to drop Harrison because of this.
He's had enough.
He's had enough. Enough fuckery out of you. Straighten now or I'm out of here. Why am I wasting my time?
You're lifting from the Kroger? You can't do that.
You can't fucking do that. Jesus Christ. He was stripped of his title, obviously years ago here. His father said the legal wrangle over who was to promote Scott's upcoming comeback fight has caused a great deal of stress and anxiety to Scott, which has been shown in the last 48 hours. When I get stressed, I need to steal shit from the grocery store. I just steal a pack of Chips Ahoy, and then I'm better after that.
Well, you're better than me, because I like to load up the cart and just fucking run
into the parking lot. That's what he did, yeah. So what the fuck? He says Scott is now taking a period of time to plan his boxing future. He better hurry the fuck up. He's pushing 40.
Oh, boy.
We will be making no more comment at this time and ask the media to respect our privacy. Good luck with that.
They're not very good at that.
So this bout first had the whole managers fighting thing, promoters and managers fighting, and then this now. So fuck it. They said nope. Maloney said he's done with this guy, dropped him from his stable of fighters. And he said he could not deal with the stress of representing him, is what he said.
Sure.
Can you blame him? Jesus, imagine having to worry about getting a call about this guy every 2 a.m. every morning.
Yeah.
So March 23rd, next day, he remains committed to ring return despite arrest for shoplifting. So he says he's going to do it. Yep. And he said that he's been away from the sport for too long. He's making a comeback, and he's in. His father said that he's going to be back as soon as possible because he has to support his fiance and 3 children. Peter, his dad, said regarding the cancellation of Scott's fight, which was to be scheduled for Saturday the 31st of March, I would like to make it clear that Scott did not pull out of the fight.
No?
No. Scott trained as usual on Tuesday afternoon in the gym. There's been a lot of media coverage regarding an incident in the early hours of Wednesday morning, and it would be inappropriate to comment at this moment. However, Scott resumed training on Wednesday by running from Cambuslang to Cathkin Braes and remained committed to boxing in Blackpool on Saturday. It's public knowledge there's a legal battle over who and who does not have a legal right to promote Scott. Holy shit. He said that his father said this has weighed heavily on Scott's mind and caused a great deal of stress. It's took a while for Scott to regain his boxing license. After all the time and effort it took, it looked as though he was set to make a return to the ring. Then the legal battle started, and with all the speculation, it had a negative effect on Scott and he was faced with the scenario that he might not be able to box. Scott has 3 young children and a fiancé to support and is determined to box so he can earn money. The prospect of him being denied an opportunity to do this has clearly been very damaging.
His dad is acting like Scott's a victim.
Yeah. He said all this happened and it just broke his psyche and he had to shoplift and then punch a guy.
But he did all this. It's not like...
has no... Jesus Christ. And by the way, we'll find out a couple more things about the grocery store incident in a minute.
Oh,
boy. It's pretty fucking funny. So now he's scheduled to return to the ring on June 29th against Frenchman Brahim Bariz, and that guy withdrew at the 11th hour. So he faces a guy named Giorgi Supergusko Mazizi, who is 7-0 and not yet 20 years old. He's a teenager.
He's going to fight a child?
He's going to fight a teenager at this point in time. Unless this teenager is 1986 Mike Tyson, it's not fair. So he fights this guy. He's 7-0 coming in, too, an inexperienced fighter. And Scott wins this in the 4th round with a TKO. I guess Super Gusko over here was down 3 times in the 2nd round from left hooks to the body and once in the 4th from a right to the head, and the ref waved it off. This is for the vacant, and I've never heard of this title, International Masters lightweight title. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's when old guys beat up on children.
I think that's what it is, yeah. Next up, September 22nd, 2012, Joe the Moroccan Machine El Feed. The Moroccan Machine. He's 7-1 coming in, and he'll be 7-4 for his career, so that tells you how this fight turned out. Scott beats him in a 6th round decision after all that. 27-2-2 for Scott, by the way.
He's back into the boxing ring, which is great for him.
Got 2 fights under his belt against, he just needed something. But on November 8th, 2012, this is all going to come to a screeching halt because he basically... he attacked the owner of a brothel.
Wait, what?
He attacked the owner of a brothel, yeah.
Is it a gal?
No. It's not.
Okay.
Al Hareen El Grande. Okay. Oh, that's the place it is. That's not the guy's name. So
what
maybe it might be
a El Hareens? Are those titties?
El Hareen El Grande is the name of the place. Ooh, look at the El Hareens on that broad. He's facing some serious time in prison here, though. I guess this is from May of 2007 that he's being sentenced for this.
It's an old case.
He got thrown out of an establishment after getting in a fight with 2 people.
Uh-huh.
He and his friends kicked and punched 2 men, and the owner attempted to take one of the men that they were beating back inside. So Scott punched him, knocking a tooth out and causing other injuries.
What the fuck?
He denied the accusations, but the court took witness testimonies here, and so now he has to pay money to the brothel owner and the 2 clients there.
Why are you so hostile where your dick's out? That's crazy.
You don't go to a brothel and expect to get the shit beaten out of you.
No.
The opposite's going to happen.
Yeah. I don't
and who's angry when there's pussy available?
Right.
That's
you
an
may
angry
purchase
man.
pussy. Be smiley. What the fuck?
That's a person who can't be happy with anything.
That's crazy.
They'll never be happy. Nothing will make that person happy. Choose your vagina.
Right.
God damn it, I'm going to punch somebody. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I need to fight.
Oh, man. So they also talk about earlier this year, he's arrested after a drunken rampage in a supermarket. He was drunk at the supermarket.
Oh, boy.
He verbally abused the staff and stole food with another man, as well as the cherry on top of the whole incident, urinating on the front window.
He had a drunken piss.
He said, "Fuck you, I don't need this shit. I'm taking this food and that's that." Oh, I got a piss, mate.
Boy.
And then he fucking... Oh, that's good, isn't it?
He fought with people and then pulled it out and pissed.
On the front window of the grocery store.
Wow.
Unfucking believable. That is amazing. Now, he had already spent time in Spain for stealing the car and assaulting the passenger and all that kind of thing. But this is a separate issue from Spain. It's the same town, the brothel's in the same town and the same deal there. One of the occupants, by the way, of the car where he assaulted both the passenger and the driver of the car, one of those was pregnant. So he assaulted a pregnant woman and tried to steal their car. And then when a cop tried to intervene, he said, "Oh, no, I'll fight you too."
You as well. I'll take
Holy
your
shit.
He'll fight anybody. He is the most dangerous person to society, minus
anybody.
a weapon. Like, he's willing to do it without weapons.
It's fucking bonkers, honestly. So, yeah.
And then he'll piss at you.
And then he'll piss in your general direction.
Wow.
So April 20th, 2013, he fights Liam Destiny Walsh. Now, he's been sentenced, but he appeals, so he's out on appeal, so he can fight while he's out on appeal, and I'll tell you his sentence in a second here. But he fights against this guy. This guy's 13-0 coming into this fight.
Oh, boy.
Walsh is 23-1 for his career. This is at the Wembley Arena in Wembley. This is a big deal here.
It's a big deal, yeah.
This goes all 10 rounds, and Scott loses the fight by unanimous decision.
Uh-oh.
I mean, what does he expect? He's fought one fucking fight. He's fighting a good fighter now. This guy's got 23-1 career. About 2 weeks later, May 3rd, he loses his appeal, trying to suspend his sentence, and he has to go to jail. You, sir, may fuck off 4 years in prison.
In Spain?
In England, I believe.
Okay, England. God damn it.
This is in Spain, I think.
Yeah. It's got to be, right? That's where the brothel was.
Yes, because that's for that one, yeah. He has 15 days to report to prison, otherwise he'll be arrested and detained.
International fucking fugitive.
He's not doing well. So now, April 28th, 2014, he must be out of jail by now or something, because there's an article talking about him. Shamed boxer Scott Harrison is living on benefits.
He's on
he's on
welfare.
the dole now. Yep.
Oh, boy.
The article says the 36-year-old who once owned a 500,000-pound holiday home and drove a 77,000-pound Porsche is now surviving on 90 pounds a week in state handouts.
400 pounds a month.
Yep. His poverty was revealed as he appeared in court to face driving charges. Police caught him driving without a license or insurance. He's a mess. He's just a fucking mess.
It's over.
If he leaves the house, he's not coming back.
No, he's going to jail.
Going back via the jail.
Yeah.
Well, his defense lawyer told the Justice of the Peace that he's living on benefits of $180 every 2 weeks. They added that he's about to become a father for the 4th time with his girlfriend, who's due to give birth in just a few days.
Oh, my God.
He was given an $800 fine, 800-pound fine, and given 7 penalty points. I guess it's like insurance on your insurance. They were talking about he had amassed an estimated fortune of $4 million by the height of his career.
Wow.
All gone. Or pounds. But they said, he's lost his fortune. He declared bankruptcy in 2007 over an unpaid tax bill of 83,000 pounds.
Oh, no.
And then, served time in jail in 2008, and then sentenced to 2.5 years in prison, and then trying to get out of a prison term in Spain at the moment here. So May 28th, 2015, he is to be extradited to Spain.
What do they want from him now?
To serve his time.
He hasn't even reported.
No.
Oh, my God.
Go. So now they're extraditing him now.
Yeah.
So, unless he came to Spain, they wouldn't have a way to get him unless they do it this way. So, they do that. He's sentenced to 4 years in Spanish jail.
Holy shit.
Is what he's sentenced to. And it is claimed that he left Spain before starting his sentence, prompting the authorities to issue a European arrest warrant. And so he is there now. They're talking about he fought the extradition request over several months. That's why he's been there. And now he's got to go. So June 1st, 2015, his Spanish villa gets trashed, and they even stole his front gate.
Oh, they took the gate.
They took his gate. Not only fucked his house up, they stole his gate, which is amazing.
That is a pretty cool thing to have on your own house. Put his gate on your place.
Yeah.
I stole that from a shithead.
It's supposed to keep people out. That's like someone coming in and stealing your Rottweilers. You know what I mean? He stole the fuck. All my Dobermans were gone and my gate.
Somebody stole my cameras.
That's so weird. Yeah, shit. So July 17th, 2015, so a month and a half later, he loses his Spanish extradition appeal.
Uh-oh.
And he's going to be extradited by Spain, which is Not great. August 1st, 2016, he's back in British jail somehow.
Oh, my God.
They made a deal to be able to serve the remainder of a 4-year prison term in Spain. He's returned to Scotland to serve it. They sent him home. I guess it's one of those exchange deals, probably.
Yeah, rather not have him here anyway. He's a bad person.
Yeah. England might have had one of theirs. They said, "Well, we'll give you that one, and we'll keep ours, and we'll feed each other. We'll feed our own people."
Yeah.
So, the family confirmed he's now in Scotland, and he's been transferred to Glasgow's Barliney prison.
Okay.
March 4th, 2017, a big article said Scott is being bullied by prison guards.
No, good.
His family's claim that he's being victimized by prison officers to thwart his comeback bid. They got
Come on.
They got a big say in the featherweight division. That's what it is. As part of a campaign, his parents say, by jealous guards to ensure he does not get parole when he becomes eligible in 5 months. One is said to have told Harrison that they would personally ensure that he's, quote, too old to box again by the time he's released from his sentence. Okay, they said his partner and children have been turned away at visiting times before, and all of this, his 4-year sentence, they're talking about his sentence, so they said his treatment in the jail by some guards has angered his family. Here, they said one prison source told the Record their conduct is inappropriate, unacceptable, and completely unprofessional. It's been quite disgraceful.
Sure.
They said they were told of how his partner and children had twice been turned away after traveling to visit him, and in one instance, the boxer's children were prevented from attending a Christmas party. They're fucking with him.
Yeah.
His family lodged official complaint letters with the Scottish Prison Service, and the Record seen one of the letters written by Agnes that says, "My son is receiving mental bullying because of who he is."
Okay.
Well, I've seen a lot of specials and read books about like English prisons, and they're not nice in English prison, but compared to Angola, they're a fucking paradise. If you took people in some of our worst prisons and said, "Would you rather go there?" They go, "Holy shit, fuck yeah. Please and thank you." Bullied mentally. They're not sticking fucking lamps up your ass, because that's what they do here. So, wow.
But he's also known for punching people of authority. So you kind of got to treat him differently than the normal fucking prisoners.
You kind of have to. Yeah, I guess you don't have to fuck with him and talk shit to him, but
yeah.
I mean, that's trying to, that's what he does. So you're trying to egg him into a confrontation so he gets in trouble,
Make
which
him
is
stick around longer.
Possibly. His mother said that when her son complained about the treatment, he was put on report.
Okay.
So got in trouble. She also claimed that on December 22nd, the day before the first of her 2 visits, Harrison was told there would be no admission because there was a children's Christmas party being held on the 24th. When asked if his children could attend, he was told that it was fully booked. So they said, your kids can't come on the 23rd because there's a kids thing on the 24th. Okay. Okay. No, they can't. I'm sorry.
Well, what about my kids?
No, not at all. You can't see your kids away.
You should have bought tickets, man. It's sold out.
Wow. Sorry, all sold. It's a fucking hopping event.
It's a big deal.
His dad, Peter, said the people at the prison who've raised this with the Daily Record are highlighting what we know already. I don't know if this is a Scottish thing where people believe someone who's been a world champion needs to be put in his place, or if it's a power kick. Scott has been singled out by some staff. He lost privileges because he was reported for not cleaning properly, something he did to the best of his ability. They've told him straight that he won't get parole. One of them told him that they will make sure he never boxes again because he'll be too old when he's finally released. This is what he's up against. Scott has knuckled down and been an example of a good prisoner. This is not a sob story. He's a big boy, but when things are being made up about this behavior that could affect his liberty, it's a scandal.
Yeah, but they didn't throw him in jail to challenge him. They threw him in jail because he punched people.
That's the problem. A lot of people.
Lots and lots.
I've lost track of all the people he's fucking punched.
He's earned this from another country, you guys.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's fucking a lot. This is multiple countries. He had a European arrest warrant, not an English one. So they're saying that, they would he's being treated poorly. And they said one has commented to colleagues that they will make sure he doesn't get parole and that they will personally ensure he's too old to box. Scott was on a past job work past job working in the kitchen, which meant he was trusted to come and go from his cell. But a guard put a stop to this by putting in a false report saying that part of a pantry was not cleaned properly. As a result of this, he was relieved of his duty. Yet another person who was working with Scott has continued to do the same job. I would like to put on record that I'm not aware of Harrison's behavior being anything but exemplary during his time at the jail. Another source said, quote, the conduct of a small number of individuals gives the entire prison service a bad name. So a lot of the staff is agreeing with this under conditions of anonymity here. So one said Harrison has launched a campaign of complaints against the staff. He's also been aggressive. This is what has led him to get reports made about him. That's a different staff member. So depends on the staff member, it sounds like, of what they say. So I don't know. Either way, they said, we don't comment on individual prisoners, is what the Scottish Prison Service said. They just try to treat everyone fairly. That's it. So July 21st, 2018, he is free from prison after 3 years.
Great. Get back to work.
Get back to work. What are you, fucking 41 now? Great time to get back to boxing. He said that he was full of joy. He was immediately, Stacy was there waiting for him. That is a lot. You can punch her. You can go to jail for 3 years, and she's waiting for you like Karen Hill when fucking Henry Hill got out in Goodfellas. Yeah, this is fucking wild.
In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this White Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. We're going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles.
A big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
Sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit.
At the time, I was paranoid.
Threats.
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
And murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head.
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
So, he hugged his kids and all this type of shit. They walked out together and, hugged his children and his parents and his girlfriend, and they left in 2 cars to, quote, begin his new life as a free man.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said that he's planning another boxing comeback.
Wow.
The source said the whole thing has been a nightmare for Stacy and the kids. In fact, the kids are the ones who have really been punished. But Stacy has been there supporting him all the way, visiting him with the children at every chance. Scott was refused parole last year, so the family had to endure another full year of him behind bars. Scott's not a danger to the public. Really?
How do you figure?
So there's no reason why he should have been refused parole, but he was. The family were angry because they've seen serious criminals being released on parole, but this was denied to a former world champion. That doesn't matter. Scott has been working hard and knuckling down in jail, getting super fit and painting on canvases. Now he's planning a comeback in the ring.
A man wrote that about another man in England getting super fit.
Getting super fit, knuckling down.
Fucking fit.
He's knuckling. I'll knuckle him right across his cock, back and forth.
Was right fit.
They said this is a great quote. But if anyone deserves some good fortune now, it's Scott and the family. Stacy's been waiting on this day for years and deserves this moment before anyone else. Jesus Christ, this is fucking ridiculous.
She took blows too. Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He was in jail for that for a while.
Yeah.
So, so he's talking about the guards were shitty to him and, all that sort of thing. I don't know what the story is, but he wants to box again.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is fucking funny. So September 11th, 2018, he's talking about, this is an article that says, he's gone from knocking people out on a boxing ring's canvas to knocking out canvas paintings after taking up art during a 4-year prison assault. It's a fluff piece about his art.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took up the hobby. He said he's inspired by Scottish celebrities such as Billy Connolly, which is the only
comedian.
Yeah, of course. You don't
Hilarious.
know, dude. Billy Connolly is a fucking god over
artist.
there.
Yeah, I know.
Because Scotland's a small place.
Yeah.
So people that were internationally famous, they are fucking monstrous.
And
over
Billy
there.
specifically, because he's like the biggest comedian to ever come out of
Yeah, he made it big too. I mean, he was
Yeah.
a star here for a long fucking time, and
Yeah,
everybody
still
loves
is.
Billy Connolly.
Yeah.
Everybody loves
he's
Billy
great.
Connolly as
Yeah.
known as a great fucking guy. Otherwise, it's
Yeah.
him and Gordon Ramsay's from fucking
Yeah.
Scotland. Other than that, I don't know.
And Shrek.
Yeah, and fucking
A Canadian who does
kayfabe Roddy Piper. Not really though.
A Canadian doing a Scottish accent is
He
their
didn't even
third
do the
most
accent.
famous celebrity.
He just wore a kilt. Oh, you're talking about Mike Myers.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, yeah. I'm talking about Roddy Piper. Didn't even fucking put an accent on. He just put a kilt on and was like, I'm Scottish now. All right?
You got two celebrities, a Canadian doing your accent, and a guy that doesn't even talk like you.
And a guy that does not talk like you and is not from there either.
You're doing great, Scotland.
You've put a lot out into the world, Scotland.
And was the anti-Semitic dickbag? Was he Scottish in Braveheart? Was that Scottish?
Yes, he's supposed to be Scottish. Yeah,
Scottish too. There you go.
Yeah, you've really
An anti-Semitic American pretending to be you too.
That's it. That's all they have. That's all they fucking. It's a weird thing, Scotland. I don't know what's going on, Scotland, but you're.
But we know you. We're familiar with you.
We know who you are. Billy Connolly, we got that. Yeah, Gordon Ramsay. I'm trying to think of any others. I can't think of any other Scottish.
That's all I've got. Yeah,
people. That's very sad.
And
that we
Fat
can't
Bastard.
I'm sure
Fat
there's some
Bastard
of them.
That's
still
another
Mike Myers. What are you counting? Multiple Mike Myers characters? Well, there's his dad,
Yes.
and then there's Fat Bastard,
Yeah.
and then multiples. Oh my god!
And Shrek. He was the voice of Shrek.
Yeah, you know him. He also said religious icons and Billy Connolly. Those are the Scottish celebrities he's inspired by.
Yeah.
Those
All right.
those things. He said,
Great.
I used to sit for hours copying pictures while my brother and cousins were talking round about me. Once I started a picture, I couldn't stop until I had finished it, even if it took me till 3 a.m. And then I go out and get shit-faced and punch a guy, as usually how
Punch
it works.
cops. Yeah.
Yeah. He says that he has more to offer the boxing world, and he wants to get his license back. He can do it. He said, on the same day, I'm doing a boxing lesson, pads and photos with my belts for the kids and teachers at my son's nursery school. Okay. His paintings were displayed at the Go Live Festival exhibition that year as well.
Go Live, yeah.
So September 26, 2018, his fiance is now talking about the fact that they were planning their wedding when he was hauled off to Spain to go to jail.
Oh, that's depressing.
She said, we were getting married and had just started with all the planning, but rather than getting married, Scott got extradited, which is worse.
Yeah.
Arguably, but worse. He was locked up when the couple's youngest son was just 1, and the one kid was 6, and she was shocked by the sentence's harshness. She didn't get it. Scott Jr. is 16 at this point, by the way.
Wow.
He said that she said that she wants something to look forward to. She said, what Scott did was a long time ago. I wouldn't belittle people being assaulted because I know it's serious, because he punched me too.
Right. I'm familiar.
Yeah, I'm familiar with how it feels, but I didn't think they would extradite someone for a fight in a bar. Lots of fights happen in bars every night. Very few people are going to get to jail for that or extradited. When the conviction happened, I had no idea it would lead to all of that. I read about the extradition in the media. It didn't come from the courts or even our lawyers. That's how it happened, and it was a shock.
Yeah, if somebody from another country beats up somebody in a bar in New York and then flees the country after being arrested guess what? They're coming back.
Well, if it's like a serious assault, too, that's the thing. It
Right.
wasn't just a no harm, no foul. There was a guy who had to go to the hospital.
He beat the owner of a brothel.
Yeah,
He beat 2
not
men
great.
of the brothel. He's beating the shit out of people.
These fucking people beating people up in bars.
You're going to get extradited. That's going to
God
happen.
damn it, fucking Scotland. You're giving Billy Connolly a bad name. Do you understand that?
Mike Myers in Canada are
Fuck, they're very sad about this. So they said, how can the media find out such an important thing before us? Even then it never sunk in. I still did not think it would happen. I thought it was a mistake. The lawyers told us it would not happen. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I thought
that's their
afterward,
job.
I thought he would have appealed and won his appeal, but I remember going to court to appeal the extradition, and I guess it didn't work. And she said, we have Had an advocate, but he was not available. Another advocate had to step in. Alarm bells started ringing at that point. Someone else had to step in at the last minute, a last-minute thing. At the end of the hearing, I cried. I was shocked and just burst into tears. Even then, it still didn't sink in. She said that the extradition, quote, the biggest impact was for the kids. Me and Scott could get on with it, but the best that we could, but the kids suffered. I had a 1-year-old who was oblivious, but the hammer blow landed right on the others. Jesus. She said there was a lot of low points here. She said, I always tried to stay strong for the children and Scott, but on the phone he could tell if I was feeling down even when I tried to hide it. My lowest point was a Sunday near Christmas. That was the one where they didn't let him in. And I was in shock, and the children were in tears. We were all turned away. When I complained, I was told Scott was lucky to be getting family visits at all. Things were hard enough without things like that making it harder. I can deal with that. Scott can deal with that. But there's 4 kids standing there in tears, having traveled on a Sunday morning thinking they would see their dad. That's shitty, yeah. It happens all the time in jails, though. Yeah. That's the thing, all the time. They say, and here, if you have wearing something they don't think is appropriate, they turn you away. If they think your shirt's too tight, I mean, it's that strict. She said, concentrating on the kids and the business helped me cope with all the disappointments like parole refusals. But I threw myself into the business, and the kids and the weeks flew by. It's the end of an era now. I hope so. So she said, I know people will say that he did wrong and should be punished, and we don't argue with that. But the justice systems in Spain and here seem to have him as a special case. Special case. You know, she makes it sound like we should feel fucking bad for this guy. He's a real victim.
Honestly. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, tears are flowing down my face. I feel bad for him, Jimmie. Really bad for him, but not nearly as bad as I feel for Scott Harrison, a math teacher in Bedford, New York.
Yeah.
At the Byram Hills Central School District here. He went to Dartmouth, this guy.
Oh, very nice.
He says, I love math, and I'm passionate about engaging with students to explore its beauty and applications in the real world.
Wow. Anything about punching cops?
The next guy we'll find, Scott Harrison, CFO, Chief Financial Officer of the Richardson Group of Companies, went to Penn State University. Also, big cop punching background on him. Big, he's punched several people. Also, Scott Harrison, lawyer and consultant, co-founder of the American InsurTech Council.
Never been extradited, huh?
Legal counsel, consulting, change management, corporate training, business consulting, management consulting. Nothing. It doesn't say it here.
Fascinating.
But I'm just going to assume it, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. October 26th or 16th, 2018, he's hoping to put the past behind him by boxing more.
Okay.
Yeah, he's ready to go. He's granted a license by the British and Irish Boxing Authority after being denied one by the British Boxing Board of Control, and will be back in action here December 18th against some fucking opponent.
Sure.
He said the goal is to win the world title again.
Okay.
I have definitely got unfinished business. 1 minute you're at the top of the game, and the next minute you've lost your license, but it's a bit hard to take. You left out a lot of prison and jail cop punching and broken orbital sockets and missing teeth, and
so many 40-year-olds and north of fighting today. So many champions.
You're ready to make your comeback, right?
Yeah.
I'm in the gym 5 days a week and train 3 times per day. I'm very focused on being world champion again, and I wouldn't bet against me. I think it's my time again. I believe that.
Yeah.
I'm very motivated, focused, and determined. Wow.
Yeah.
To win a world title again. Everyone knows what happened to my career, but if you look at the future, not the past. This is me. This is me back and looking toward the future. Okay. Oh, but he's back, I guess, and hopefully finish off my career on a high. I feel good sparring and shadow boxing. I feel very capable of winning the title again.
Yeah. Well, I want to bet against him.
They said, well, you lost your last fight. And he said, well, it wasn't an ideal preparation. I had an extradition case hanging over me, and I only had 2.5 weeks' notice for the fight. I was in jail Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but boxed that Saturday night. I still thought I won the fight, but take all that into consideration. This time, I will focus on boxing 100%. 100%. October 2018, Stacy suffers a miscarriage.
Oh, no.
He said, I'm saddened to inform you. He posted on Twitter. That's the traditional place to tell everyone about a miscarriage, right?
Jesus Christ.
I'm saddened to inform you that my beautiful Mrs. Stacy had a miscarriage. We are absolutely devastated. Life can be cruel at times. Did not want to write this on social media, but a lot of people are still congratulating me and Stacy on the baby.
Oh, shit.
Hey, congrats. Good to see you back. Congrats on the... Yikes. So December 1st, 2018, his father says that, boxing is his son's life.
Yeah.
It's his son's life, and he doesn't understand why the BBBOC wouldn't let him get on with it. It's ridiculous. He has to do it under the other boxing authority. He said, I don't know what it is with the BBBOC or what they think he is. Scott is a good father, a good son, and a good boxer. He's a professional athlete at the end of the day. He's not just fit, he's super fit.
You can't say that.
He's super fit. I'm so
My
glad.
son's so fucking hot.
He's fucking hot. He's sexy.
Yeah.
It's just I've seen him naked, and it's even hotter. Like, you guys just see his abs. I see his dick, and it's...
You got to see his man fanny.
I can't even fucking... A little bit of drool comes out my mouth. I can't help it. I just got to wipe it. I'm so glad Scott is back because it's so hard, and he's putting hard in there, too. God. When you know your son has been treated badly. What happened to him out in Spain, spending time in a Spanish jail, then back here too? I don't want to talk about what happened to him over there. Cocks and things like that. See, it's that hardness. And yeah. He said, Scott has always won titles from a very young age. At 16, he won a European amateur medal. But instead of going to the Olympic Games, he turned professional. He's an artist, a brilliant painter, and a boxer. He's not bad at that as well. So I'm glad he's back in boxing. People don't realize what sport does to people. I get a lot of young people up here at the club at night, and the parents are quite happy. They could be in trouble at school, trouble here, trouble there. All of a sudden they change. Maybe we have a couple of people who are being bullied, and it just changes them completely. There was nothing, no medical reason why the board didn't want him to box. It was just because it was Scott Harrison, and he had been fighting in a pub in Spain. Is he not supposed to keep his hands up and defend himself?
Okay.
It was you and a bunch of people beat the shit out of two people. It's not what happened. Wow. See, don't make that's stupid. Don't make excuses here. He said that he called an occasional victim of tall poppy syndrome when he was out and about. I don't know what the fuck that means. He said Scott was brought up well, but Glasgow is a goldfish bowl, and sometimes people tried to make trouble for him. That's why you move away and you don't stay home. It's a fucking crime and sports rule not to go home. When Scott first came back in here, I'm sure some younger folk were thinking, why is that guy in here? But anybody who's seen Scott box and where Scott has boxed, Madison Square Garden, knows what he's all about. His training is never something easy. It's always something hard. Jesus Christ, he's just...
Again with the hard.
We used to go up to Fort William. Now he's up at Cathkin Braes. This is where Benny Lynch used to go, too. Oh, well, if it's good enough for Benny Lynch...
I don't know who that is.
Neither do I. Who the fuck does? I don't know who that is. Nobody does. I thought, well, Benny Lynch. I mean, come on.
And Todd Surprise. And
So October 17th, 2019, he is ready to go. He then pulls out of his fight, his upcoming fight. Pulls out of his comeback fight, citing unprofessional behavior from the other guy's team.
What does that mean?
Unprofessional behavior. Yeah. He said it was a possible fight. He said, sorry, this is on Twitter. Sorry to announce that I'll not be on the show 23rd November due to unreasonable circumstances that has been unprofessional from the start from Nigel Benn's team. I apologize to anyone who has bought tickets to support me. I'll continue training for a possible fight in December. God bless. Okay. So that's that. November 5th, 2019, he announces the birth of his fifth child.
Oh, she got one through.
She got it all
That's
through.
Great.
It worked out. So, yes, she said, my wee
40s.
princess born today, 8 pounds, 14 ounces.
Oh, it's a big girl.
That's a big one, yeah. So, April 7th, 2020, he is going to open a school of boxing.
Oh.
That's what he's going to do. Yep, he's doing that, and as a well-known East End of Glasgow boxing gym, and I guess he's taken over. I don't know what the fuck he's doing here. He wants to take over. He wants to keep fees at an affordable level, and it's a fitness club, and blah 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 blah. He wants to do it. Yeah, they said that it's become his father had it before that.
Yeah.
He said Peter Harrison's Phoenix Gym.
What?
The Phoenix Gym in Glasgow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that one, right?
I do. All the body bags
Portland,
have Yeah.
The Portland gym in Barcelona, like we said before. Whatever fucking city we said.
All the heavy bags have police uniforms on them.
It's very nice. Oh, that gets them jacked up. That are just random. They bring in random drunks for him to fight. His sparring partners are all hammered at 2 a.m.
Looking for prostitutes.
Looking for prostitutes. So, May 17th, 2020, he returns to headline UK's first post-lockdown behind-closed-doors events.
Oh.
Yep, they said it's great to finally get Scott back into the ring in a very tasty challenge. This is the
what is
tasty.
Happening?
Don't
they say that about girls?
Yeah, it's about things
tasty,
you want to have in your mouth.
Yeah.
Not two sweaty guys punching each other.
Yeah.
So he said they're both signed with Assassin Boxing, so making the fight was easy. Paul's found some form of late, including winning the PBC International title, and Scott's looking to catapult himself back into the world scene. So it's got the makings of a cracking fight.
Hell yeah.
That's going to be a cracker, Jimmy. A real cracker.
I believe it.
With 2 crackers. It'll take place behind closed doors. It's one of those no audience ones.
Yeah.
Still COVID restriction shit.
Yeah.
So June 9th, 2020, here, they're talking about him, and they're saying that he's just basically there's an article talking about what a wasted life he's had, basically. A wasted career he's had. He's now 42, hoping to make his return at 140 pounds. And he said, I think I've been forgotten by the general boxing world. Well, you have boxed one fucking fight in 12 years. That'll happen.
Right.
14 years. I think that'll happen.
Yeah, I feel like there's a whole new audience that has no fucking idea who I am.
All the boxers that I was coming up with are all retired now. Half of them are dead.
Yeah.
And none of them remember me because they've been being punched in the face for the last 15 years when I've been in jail.
There's a 20-year-old who's never seen me fight.
Oh, Christ, I don't know you exist. So they said the charges against Scott at the time were very serious. He had an extradition order, so they're saying how he's going to fight better.
Yeah.
He said that he's tired of them not granting him his license that he wanted, and he said they are hypocrites. Boxing is full of hypocrites.
Okay.
Your license is gone, so your career is gone, and you're just thinking about when you can get back to work. I lost my best years. Once I lost my license, my life went downhill very quickly. Went bankrupt. My uncle committed suicide.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, he was the guy who was charged with assault in Spain with him. He killed himself rather than go to Spanish jail. And a separate case in 2006 took his own life in May 2008, and I lost everything. Then I ended up in prison. Do you know how serious it is to take away someone's livelihood from them? Yeah. Stacy suffered a miscarriage a week after I was refused my license in 2018. I didn't want to mention it to you, but she said we should let the people know how detrimental the effect of stress and the loss of my license has been on us as a family. I'll blame that on them.
He's acting like people just took everything from him. You gave it away, man.
You were punching people at 2 a.m. Yeah. He says that the arrest and breach of possession on possession of Valium, that's the drugs charge. It was Valium. Okay. He said that's prescription drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have a prescription.
Right.
And it's yours.
It's fine.
Then yes, then it's fine. Otherwise, it's not. He said, I would train for months, not drink, and then celebrate after a fight. Then I'd go out for a drink again before training. Then I've got no license, no job, no fights coming up, and nothing to train for. That's in the past now. I'm not living in the past. I'm looking to the future, and I just want to get my career back on track. That's it. So, yeah, he says he's ready to go. He's apologetic as much as he's not really apologetic, though.
No,
he's
not.
He is, but he's not. Then he talks about, I've given the board plenty of money over the years, and they don't help any professional fighters. Where are these guys when you need them? Fuck this shit. Fuck these people. He's going off. I don't blame him. He said, my dad, Peter, was a fighter. His dad was. His dad's dad was. Our whole family. It's definitely in the blood. In my family, we want to be winners. I have to thank my dad for all the training throughout the years, as it made me a world champion. I can never thank him enough. Boxing's all about levels. Know how to prepare for fights and experience. Experience is the main thing because you have to be constantly learning about boxing. Yeah. He says, people see us on TV. If we knock out an opponent in 2 rounds, they just think we got paid a lot of money for it. They forget about the preparation, the running, the early mornings, the trainings. Well, yeah, that's a fact. That's boxing. Every sport has that. You can't just go in and fucking beat the shit out of somebody.
Football players are always in the gym too. We know that.
Yeah.
Don't forget it.
July 19th, 2020, he wins his first fight after a 7-year absence here.
Mm-hmm.
He beats, let's see, who does he beat here? He says, my comeback means everything for me and my kids. Who's he fucking fighting? Do I have it here? Where is this?
I have no fucking
idea. It does. Someone terrible, because, I mean, he fought a guy who's fought one fight in 15 fucking years and lost to him, and he's over 40, so... January 19th, 2022, there's a picture of him, and he says now he's going to retire, because now he's 44.
Right. You can't fight now.
No, he's going to retire and concentrate on becoming a trainer, like his dad. Here, he said that he plans to become a full-time coach and trainer. Check him out. Here's a picture of him.
Holy shit.
He's fucking ripped.
His face doesn't match his body.
No. He's got the face of just like a 45-year-old dad.
Yeah.
And the body of a 23-year-old who's on
unbelievable.
Something.
Yeah.
His abs are ripped. I mean, he's
abs muscles, each one are bigger than my biceps. That's crazy.
It's fucking wild. He's got ab muscles I didn't even think you had. That's a lot.
Awesome.
So, yeah, he's showing all that off. And, he says that he's training at his dad's gym. And he said the last fight year and a half ago, next fight, March 12th, after that, I'll retire and start training fighters.
Okay.
His friend said, even when you retire, you'll remain one of the best fighters of my generation. You have been superb, is what somebody told him after he said that. He's been superb if he's not in jail.
He just forgot that you can't punch outside of the ring.
Yeah. I think then he realized that there's not a lot of money in boxing, though, because January 22nd, 2022, he launches a new venture, cleaning garbages.
Yeah.
Yep. He's a bin cleaner now. It's called Wheelie Clean 123 on Twitter.
Not bad.
The business. He wrote, "Evening, folks. This is a wheelie bin cleaning business I have started. If you could like or retweet the post, it would be much appreciated." And then he gives all the information. And so he did that. March 24th, 2022, or March 14th, 2022, he retires finally here.
Done, yeah.
He said, "I would like to announce my retirement from boxing. More bad memories than good. Should have kept working for the council as a joiner. All the best. God bless." Fuck my career. It sucks. Now I clean garbage cans. Goodbye.
Most angry
the worst retirement
announcement I've ever heard.
I've been fucked over. This place sucks. Should have never done it. Would have been better off with a different career. God bless.
You imagine like a CFO retiring like
that? Fuck this place. I didn't get to watch my kids grow up because I spent so much goddamn time in this fucking office, and now they hate me. My life is ruined. Thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for the watch, everybody. Suck my dick. Suck my dick. Good night. Thank you, board of...
Wish I was a fucking yo-yo master. This place blows.
Fucking stupid.
Fuck your mother. I'm going home.
Fuck all of your mothers. Have a good one. March 15th, 2022, he announces that his dad has Alzheimer's disease.
Oh, no. Poor bastard.
Said he's been suffering since 2019. And he said, "It breaks my heart to say my dad has Alzheimer's." And he thanks his dad for making him a champion. He said, "The greatest Scottish trainer ever. That feat will be hard to surpass." Okay. So at least he's on the straight and narrow. He hasn't done anything dumb for a long time.
Right.
And we're almost up to modern day, so I'm sure it's fine now, right? He's good now, right?
Oh, no.
April 1st, 2023.
Yeah.
The police have to smash his car window after he refuses to get out after crashing into a curb.
He's drunk, that's why.
Yep. He refused to give a breath test after smashing his car into a curb, and he's fined £490.
Can I show you my abs instead?
Well, he had a quarter-full bottle of Buckfast in the passenger seat.
What is that?
What in the fuck is Buckfast? I'm writing that down, and we're going to review it for your stupid opinions.
It's got to be some nasty
Buckfast.
Scottish shit, right? Jesus.
In the passenger seat.
Oh, it's just sitting there.
Just
buckled
sitting
in
there. He then claimed he wasn't driving.
The Buckfast was driving.
It was There's no one else in the car. He crashed into a curb.
I just threw that Buckfast in the passenger seat. It is out of control.
He said, I think the bottle switched with me. I think it switched seats because I was sleeping. Oh, my God. They had to smash the window to force open the vehicle to get him out of the car. He wouldn't come out of the car. He is found guilty of 2 charges of failing to provide a breath test. He earlier pled guilty to obstructing or hindering police in the execution of their duty. He is acquitted of careless driving. I don't know if he was careless or not, why he hit there. They said that the judge said, I found both police officers who gave evidence credible and reliable. They were competent in carrying out the roadside procedure as well as the intoximeter procedure. Okay. Mr. Harrison did understand what was needed of him, and I find him guilty. I found him reluctant to engage the process. Sir, you are disqualified from driving. I like how they say that there.
No more driving.
Disqualified from driving for 15 months. They DQ'd him.
Yeah.
15 months here. Also they said that they had been one of the cops had been told to keep a lookout for Harrison's green Hyundai because he's known to drive around drunk. And the prosecutor asked if the officer what he saw, and the officer said the vehicle attempted to park adjacent to the block of flats. The vehicle bumped on the grass verge and pavement before coming to a halt. He replied, under the influence of, I guess they asked him to describe Harrison, and they said, under the influence of alcohol, and I could smell it from his breath. He was unable to speak, focus, or listen to instruction.
Oh, God, that hammered.
He drank 3/4 of a bottle of whatever Buckfast is. Wow. They said that, did you make observations about his vehicle? And they said in the front seat of the vehicle, we saw a bottle of Buckfast, which was a quarter full. They said the witness then said, quote, he did turn off the vehicle and slipped into the passenger seat before they arrived and then said he wasn't driving. He was in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
They pulled up, had to break the window. He's like, I wasn't fucking driving. He's just sitting there with a
I don't know where they went.
quarter full bottle of booze, acting like the person who hit the curb ran away when other people saw him switch seats.
Fucking amazing.
That is fucking incredible. So then they smashed the window, and the officer said that Harrison did try and, quote, puff on the breathalyzer, but a reading couldn't be processed. He was not doing it to his best of his ability. He said, in my opinion, he could have continued if he wished, but he was refusing to do so. We allowed him 5 or 6 attempts at it. So the hearing was told that Harrison was then charged with refusing to provide the specimen, and he replied, quote, I did my best, no bother.
It's all I got.
That's all I got. I can't breathe well. So his lawyer told the court that he believed Harrison was, the prosecutor said he believed he was drunk. The defense attorney said that this is hard because his father suffers from Alzheimer's, and that's what was going on. He's upset because of that.
Oh.
The lawyer said he's had difficulties for caring for his father at the time this happened, and it became more and more stressful for him. There were more caring responsibilities, there were more caring responsibilities for him in continuing the good work his father did, volunteering at the gym in the East End here, blah, blah, blah. He said, he said that, and they said, yeah, but you can't
drink and drive and try to fool the cops by.
You can't, yeah. You
and
can't
then be like, my dad has Alzheimer's.
Yeah, we all have problems. I can't just say, oh, well, my dad's sick, and then you're okay. Then it's fucking ridiculous. So
both my parents have terminal cancer, James. I am going on a murderous rampage. It's going to be fine.
Punch a cop, Jimmy. Make sure you put. You know what though? Get some ecstasy first. Put it in your pocket.
Everything will be fine.
It's fine. It's totally fine. So they have in this one net worth site, and they're garbage because his net worth
so much fun.
His net worth is Ugats, and we know that. So it says, quote, his net worth has been growing significantly in 2022, 2023. Maybe his bin business is kicking ass. So how much is Scott Harrison worth at the age of 46 years old? Scott Harrison's income source is mostly from being a successful boxer. He is from Scottish.
I love that country.
So I'm not going to even read what they think because it doesn't matter because he's from Scottish.
Right. They think he's from Scottish.
And can't get enough of Scott Harrison. Well, you don't have to get enough because you can get on. They have on eBay right here for a starting. Oh, no, you can just buy a miniature autographed boxing gloves, Scott Harrison.
Little ones.
7 pounds 89. 7 pounds.
For 7
89.
pounds, you can get one.
You can get 8 pounds. You can get the fucking autographed mini boxing gloves, which is pretty cool.
I think I want a pair, James.
I was gonna say that might be fun for the studio.
Yeah,
that's not a bad one. We might have to grab those. So
yeah,
there you go, everyone. That is Scott Harrison.
He's a monster,
and he's just a fucking. He can't just be going, well, I'm under a lot of stress right now,
right?
So
yeah.
I do crazy shit. Drink at home if you're under a lot of stress, like the rest of us.
Right. Leave that
fucking
fucking Buckfast on the patio. Get shit-faced in the sun, man.
I love that, though.
Sit
Someone
in your
watched
garden.
him get out and switch seats and then be like, I wasn't driving.
I don't know where they went.
Sip off his fucking booze. Like, what the fuck?
It's just me and the Buckfast in here.
Me and the Buckfast. I'm looking up Buckfast right now.
That shit sounds terrible.
It can't be good.
No.
Let's look it up and find out, because maybe it's delicious. We don't know. Let's see. Buckfast, what would you call it? Booze?
It's got to be whiskey, right? Buckfast booze. Buckfast fucker upper.
Buckfast, fuck you up, Buckfast. That's their motto.
It's fuckfast.
Tonic wine.
Oh my God!
Caffeinated alcoholic drink.
It's fucking Four Loko, James.
That's what he's drinking. But comes in like a big bottle, like a wine bottle.
It's fucking
like
St. Ides.
It comes with a big fucking bag of this shit.
Wow.
15% alcohol.
Yeah, it's Four Loko. Jesus Christ.
Yep. It's not great, apparently. It's not good for you.
It's
not good stuff.
Yeah, it's fucking rot gut, Scottish rot gut soda.
Rot gut fucking White Claw.
Jesus, yeah.
If you enjoyed the show, tell the world about it, everybody. Get on whatever app you're listening on. Tell them, listen to Crime and Sports. Tell your friends, listen to Crime and Sports. Social media, listen to Crime and Sports. Let's bombard people with Crime and Sports.
Tell them
also, listen to Your Stupid Opinions and Small Town Murder, and you'll have a lot of fun, and we can keep you occupied all week long. That'll be a good time there. So do that. Head over to shutupandgivememurder.com to get everything that we have, everything merch, everything Crime and Sports, Small Town Murder, and Your Stupid Opinions related. Follow us on social media at Crime and Sports on Facebook and Twitter, and at Small Town Murder on Instagram. So follow us there. You also certainly want Patreon.
Oh, boy,
Patreon's fun. Patreon.com/Crime and Sports is where you get all of the bonus material. Anybody $5 a month or above, you get the whole back catalog, couple hundred episodes to binge on, and new ones every other week, which we are very excited about. And this week is no different. This week we're going to talk about, for Crime and Sports, we're going to talk about Donnie Moore, who is a guy who had one of the worst. He gave up a very, very costly home run in a playoff game as a pitcher,
and then it went worse.
His fucking life just the fastest it's ever gone and hardest fall from grace ever in the next 2 years. It's wild. So we'll talk about that, Donnie Moore. Then for Small Town Murder, because we wore the costumes, we got everybody talking about them.
Yeah,
might as well. The Menendez brothers, everybody.
Let's talk about it.
Let's find out a little bit more about the Menendez brothers and all the crazy shit that went on during that whole thing, and what a monster their father is, because he is, and how dumb they are, because they are. It's all going to be there. It's fun. Good stuff. Can't wait. That's patreon.com/Crime and Sports. And that's not all you get. You'll also get a shout out at the end of the show. Jimmie, can't wait to mispronounce your name. Jimmie, I don't want to make you wait anymore. Tell you what, hit me with the names of the people who would never, never, ever punch us outside a nightclub with a pocket full of ecstasy. Please, Jimmie, hit me with them now.
This week's executive producers are Bethany Comenine, I don't know, BK, that's her name.
Big BK. Thank you, BK.
Kyle Norrig and the Lewiston Police Department. His cousin's a Lewiston Police. He's a police. And everybody in Maine. Mainers, remain safe. Thinking about you. Other executive producers, James Smith in Virginia. Susan Sauer, happy birthday. Giving it to us both ways. Thank you, Susie. Aaron Thompson. You guys are what
you
make
better
this
thank
world.
her more.
Yeah.
Anyone who gives it to you both ways, thank them more than that, first of all. But we thank you for your donation, Susie.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Other producers this week are Lamont Sanford. Oh, you know who that is. Yeah.
Big dummy.
The son, yeah. Ned Braden, rising hockey star. I believe that's from Slapshot, right?
That is absolutely, yes. He is He is,
Liz Vasquez, Maxwell Davis, Zach Bowles, the fucking trellis guy, I guess. But he says he's not the trellis guy. I don't. Zach,
it's a different trellis guy.
Figure it out.
How
Peyton
many
Meadows,
trellis guys do we have?
Joy Nix, Scott Adanasio, he's in Poughkeepsie. Janice Hill, Harry Cockburn, Sharon Jones, Aaron would know last name.
Cockburn.
Harry Cockburn, James.
It's very mature. You happy now? You happy, everybody?
Very mature. Kim Trauger, Frankie would know last name, Chris Fuentes, Mia B, Priscilla Moberts, Mo Roberts, Mick Roberts, that's a C. All right. Sammy Highsmith, Phil Baird, Jade O'Hare, Elizabeth Volk, Shane Hirschman, True Blue, Lauren Jones, Emily McKenzie, Christina Ward, Kim Sewell probably, Abigail with no last name, Carrie Redaglia, Amber Bach, all right, Deb with no last name, Angie with no last name, Amethyst Rose, Connor with no last name, Oscar Gomez, Caitlin Bentley, Andrea Rose, Amber Nedrow, Amanda Debrosia, I don't know.
Well, thank
Spencer,
you, whatever
Sorgan.
the hell your name is.
Daniel Jesse, Graham Matthew Owitkin, Cordero Mack with no, that's a last name. Kurt Gaskins, I wonder if that is all right, that's a, maybe. Have you heard of Pee Wee? That's a terrible person. I wonder if Kurt's a member. Mike the Night Logger by trade, Noble. Colin Stisha. Ann Shepard Young, Matthew McCoy, Gigi with no last name, Jim Matthews, Andy Miller, Bunny 469. Oh, is that right? What was that? Bunny for 69. That was somebody's. It was a name of somebody in some. But that's who it is. Bunny for 69. She'll do it.
She'll do it.
Abby with no last name, Chris Finch, Lisa Alanis, Alanese, Charles Jewell, Lori Lee, Matthew Caruso, Stephanie Bales, Jordan with no last name, Columbo Kane, Gabrielle Prohl, maybe Ricky's kid, Willie Reed, and remember him?
Little blonde kid running around.
Yeah, Angel Clagis, Hannah Martin, McCleasy with no last name, Laura with no last name, Lisa with no last name, Susan Gahagan, Colin Orzini, Lisa Taylor, Cindy Greenig, Tyler Miller, Kat Van Dam, Scotty Gaviel, I think, Tim Tebow, James. Tim Tebow. Yeah. I don't believe it for a second, but
no, it could be
it's
someone
possible.
else named Tim Tebow.
No, it might be. Yeah, Sarah
I don't know why
Taylor.
He would like us because we hate him.
I specifically despise for tearing down.
I don't care about football. I'm just tired of hearing from him. Leave us all alone, Tim.
Sarah Taylor, Aaron Swank, Grindstone Donkey Jr., Sienna Montgomery, Gary Oates, Todd Poling, Ethan Roving, Stephen Perez, Zoe with no last name, Michelle Villada, Vincent Maycock, maybe, Brenda Lenahan Wegner, Carol Andradezi, I think, P. Gabrashak, Jara Sturdivant Wilson, Janelle, Liz Jones, Jen with no last name, Jenny B, Ebony Gonzalez, Daniel Tadich, Cecile with no last name, Tanya Schmidt. This show brought to you by the letter D. Stephanie with no last name, David Kobe, Shawnee Boswell, Eric Maxwell, Katie with no last name, Cherie Boughton, Andrea Baker, Ashley Smith, Anita Cocapino.
Yeah.
Cocapin me? Oh, cockapin me. Good for you, Anita.
I like how you tried to pronounce it like it was a fucking Spanish name, though.
Then I figured it out.
Cocapino.
I coughed you up. Vicky Dugan, Caitlin Capra, Sparks with no last name, Nick with no last name, Ginyata, Alex Kingsley, Carrie C., Jessica Davis, Clayton Whitmore, Gavin Fitzgerald, Nicole Brooks, Brian Staffelt, Casey Davis, Carrie Isaacs, Keon Weems, Jordan Shebley, Tasha Larson, Mary Jeffers, Chris Weber. All right, probably not. Tay
Maybe.
with no last name.
Weber
possible.
And
hey,
week,
listen, fucking time out. Amber Meeker, Lori with no last name. Jody with no last name. Joji94, Zach Wolf, Casey Moulin, Hannah Birchfield. Elizabeth Putney, Kelsey Strach, Chris Russell, Daniel Lawrence, Colin Smith, JC Loper, Sarah May, Susie Sauer. Oh, that's Susie again. Dylan Derringer, John Lorian. Oh, boy. Taylor Dykoff. All right, maybe. Carol Loffer, Lothier. Lotier. All right. Lisa Klingen, Michael McCall, Wilcox, Pearl, Loika Garbiel, is that right? Eileen Sullivan, Lacey Barnett, Carletta
confused.
Watkins, and all of our patrons. You're fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. From
Unreal.
the bottom of our hearts. Honestly, we can't not fucking tell you how much we appreciate what you do for us. Thanks for everything, and we hope you love the episodes that we're putting out.
You're making
for
it
you.
all
We
possible.
Hope you love the Patreon, and we'll keep pumping them out. You can't stop us. So thank you so much for doing that. And if you want to get a hold of either of us, you can do that very easy. ShutUpAndGiveMeMurder.com. Links are right there to follow us on social media. Keep hanging out with us. Keep coming back every week because, God damn it, we can't stop, won't stop. Live from the Crime and Sports Studios. We will see you next week.
Bye.
If you like crime and sports, you can listen early and ad-free now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.